Welcome, everyone, and we are yet again back in the terrifying, tiddling terror known as the Tontine. In today's episodes, my players will continue the psychological terror known as foiling literally everything I plan, which is exactly what I thought would happen. So, haha, check and mate. So, when we last left off, you destroyed Tromacratus, a CR-26 goddamn creature. I'm deeply impressed. And as he sunk beneath the waves, you manage to actually foist his body onto your vessel. You make your way eastward for about an hour or so. And there, the sun begins to set, and in the distance you see a faint tinge of light. Would anyone like to roll perception or anything?
Heck
I
yeah.
will someone who's good at it.
How do five adventurers not have perception? Okay, so we have a 13 and a 9.
I
Anyone?
do. Okay.
Sure, I'll try
I
it.
will. Give me a sec.
I was like, I'm good at perception, and then proceed to roll it too.
What?
Natural 20.
What?
Whoops.
What I can only imagine is, I don't know, Muse, describe how you perceive this poorly, really quickly, before we talk about how Cog gets it well.
I just see a really cool fish in the water while I'm looking at my reflection.
The momentary distraction of the fish gives Cog a brain blast, as he notes that there is bioluminescent algae in the water, and concludes that the light that you are seeing in the distance is not the result of civilization, but a large assembly of this bioluminescence. As the ship comes closer, you actually see what you see on the map before you. It is the shattered remnants of a rather disused dock. There's not a soul in sight, but you can see bioluminescent algae and other things lighting up the area so brightly, in fact, that you can see quite clearly. You you arrive in port, and you see yet again that the place is abandoned. The most cursory of examinations, you determine that this is an abandoned Brelish military outpost that was likely abandoned after the Treaty of Thronehold. You can see they left in a hurry, and it seems that they packed up everything as much as they could, but that's about what you can get based off of just an ocular pat down.
Well, can I get some of the algae into like a jar?
You are more than welcome to. Go ahead and just give me a quick check for that. Does anyone want to investigate anything else? There seems to be. Okay. I guess we're just gonna have to learn how to do this online. So who wants to go first? I guess.
What kind of check?
Mm, Give me the appropriate tool check or something, maybe a sleight of hand or something, just so you can do it. It's not dangerous or anything. You just have to be mildly meticulous. Just don't roll a one.
I want to nature check the algae.
Oh God, I knew you were gonna do that. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Nature check the algae, and then let me know if there would be a different check to see, like, if there's any overgrowth on the dock or anything. Like how long this place has been. Oh wait, no, you said how long it's been abandoned.
Roughly about 2 years. All right. Rex, Eris,
Yes.
Muse, Rex, Muse, and Cog. What checks would you like to do to kind of investigate the area further? It doesn't have to be investigation. It could be whatever you find suitable.
I mean, I rolled a natural 1. Do I deserve to do an investigation check?
No, that was just you discerning the nature of the algae in the distance, but you definitely have arrived and went, oh yeah, the algae that glows. You're more
I'll
than
do
welcome to
a
roll something.
I'll do a sleight of hand alchemist supplies check.
That's perfectly fine. All right, Rex and Muse, what would you like to roll to investigate this spooky place?
Would you say that an herbalism kit would be sufficient to investigate it?
Actually, yes.
I have a poisoner's kit. Can I see if I can make something out of this?
I am so rock hard the fact that I designed this entire encounter based off of your toolkits. Yes. All right, go ahead. Give me basically Perception or investigation with advantage, and then the two of you will find something appropriate to your tool.
Could I roll while they're doing this a history check on this outpost?
You are more than welcome to.
17.
All right, perfect. You could do so with advantage, means I'll roll it for you. Hey, look at that, 16. All right, I'm gonna start from the
Do
top of
I
the list.
add
Mm-hmm.
do I add anything for my poisonous kit?
Yeah, I'll give you an extra. Well, you're going to do that when you find it. Actually, let me start from the bottom and I'll work my way up. By Muse, you step off the ship and grow accustomed yet again to your landlubber legs. You make your way around the shattered remnants of the docks and the various buildings, and you see a faded red cross on one of the buildings, which you reasonably conclude is the infirmary. You enter, and you see the place has been picked clean, except for one cabinet which seems to be locked. What would you like to do with the locked cabinet? Bear in mind also
First,
that it's made of glass, so you could also just straight up punch the glass and just reach in and steal everything that's in it.
right. Um, question before that.
Hmm.
Does the Red Cross exist in this universe, or are you currently violating the Geneva Conventions?
I'm currently violating the. Well, it's not being used to sojourn anything. I will come up with a canonical reason why a red cross is how they identify infirmaries. But yes, that is the customary symbol during the last war for medical services, and you immediately
Okay.
clock it.
Yeah. Um, I am going to try to open it.
Okay. You can lockpick it or just straight up just smash the glass. You don't have to be tactful here.
I don't want to smash the glass. What if I, like, tear my coat?
That's a good point. All right, you want to do lockpicking to get it open?
Yes.
All
Sleight
right,
of
go ahead.
hand? Would that be sleight of hand? Yes.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So you jimmy the thing open relatively quickly, and in the interior you see various vials of various antivenoms and antidotes to poison of a variety of creatures. Basically, anything that you could encounter in Drome is stockpiled here. Is there anything you'd like to do with these vials?
Do they have an expiration date?
They're all perfectly in tune, but would you like to investigate them further beyond that? The expiration date says that they are still valid. They're good for 4 years out. They're 2 years old. They're technically fine.
Yeah. If
All right,
they all, I mean, if I can still use them, then yeah, I'll look at them further.
perfect. Give me a poisoner's kit check. All you have to do is just
Cool.
click the poisoner's kit under tools, and then it'll roll it for you. And that
Mhm.
should be. There we go. You take out some of your litmus strip tests and kind of test the antidotes and the antivenoms to see whether they're still viable. And you actually determine that they've gone inert, but based off of the manufacturing process, this should not have occurred naturally. You're under the suspicion that someone purposely tampered with the vials in this cabinet to make them ineffective, so that, say, for example, someone got bit by something like a basilisk, and they took the basilisk anti-venom or antidote or whatever, it wouldn't work and they would die. You get the suspicion that there is some espionage underway within the confines of this infirmary.
Okay. I would like to grab what I can reasonably carry, you know, what's more popular, what gets used more often, and put it in my bag with the rest of my antidotes, but I'm gonna, like, notch the caps on the ones that don't work, just so I, like, have them if I need them.
Yeah, take 4 vials of antidote and 4 vials of anti-venom, and they're both universal donor ones that work on
Okay.
a variety of beasts and monstrosities.
And they do not actually work, they're completely inert.
Yeah, you might be able to
Okay.
fix them in post, but it's something that'll take you a few hours.
No, I don't want to, I want them to be inert. I'm just making note of it.
Okay, smart. All right, go ahead and just mark those in your inventory. All right, Boot.
Cool.
So you're gonna roll history, right, Boot?
I already did.
All right, got it. No, I'm looking at it right now. All right. You determined that this cap um, is probably a good 20 years old. You remember when you heard whispers of them doing something out here in the western reaches. You can see that it was immediately abandoned after the signing of the Thronehold Accords. Pretty quickly, seems they stripped the place clean. Um, it was known as the Oceanic Research Institute, and they monitored the lake for reasons that you don't exactly know why. That's not exactly information that you're privy to. But you do know that there was something interesting that they were doing here. Now, I think you rolled something else here. I think you rolled an investigation up here. Let me double check. Give me another investigation with advantage.
Cool.
All right, good. You can just roll it again. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well, you make your way around and you see a small little sign that says in common, Lieutenant Colonel Office. And you're like, oh, neat. You plop in there and the place isn't stripped clean. The desk is empty, the bed is just a frame and what have you. There's a bunch of nonsense everywhere. You see one of the desks has been kind of smashed in. You bumble around the room for a little bit, kind of poking around, until eventually you notice that there's kind of like a strange gap between the desk and the wall. You peek behind the gap and you see a journal. You pull out the journal, and it is locked. You can immediately tell that it is magical. What would you like to do?
um, let's see. I don't imagine I can pick that magical lock.
You cannot. You can tell that
Can
it
I
is.
remove curse that lock?
Now that is interesting, but no, you are aware that that would not apply. You could
Okay.
tell. You can tell though. Give me an Arcana check with advantage. All right, perfect. You can tell that this is subject to a locking mechanism where there is a passcode, which is tangentially related to your area of expertise.
Ooh. Um, what area of expertise would that be?
Onomancy.
Sorry, one sec.
Yep, sure.
Sorry, my dog started growling.
No worries.
Um,
You've heard whispers of
so
this and you've trained in this, but you believe that you might be able to figure out what the password is with a little arcane tomfoolery.
okay. Um, let me think. What does the journal look like?
It's got a copper exterior that has faintly patinaed. Actually, it's very patinaed because it's been out here for a while. There's a clasp that kind of goes around the front and the back. There's no discernible locking mechanism. And aside from that, it just says Lieutenant Colonel on the front. You can tell that it's locked with some kind of passcode, and you have to say the passcode aloud um, for the journal to open.
Okay. Can I look around the room a bit more? Or, like, can I push out the desk and see if there's anything written on the back of it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. This is gonna go really terrible for you, but give me a strength check to move the desk. The desk is not moved.
Um,
You want to go get strong and ornery to help you with this?
yes.
Okay, go out and get Rex's attention.
Okay. Uh, Rex, hey, can I get your help in here?
En route.
All right, Rex, you arrive and the desk is in front of you. Feel free to move the desk with advantage. Actually, technically, there's no roll for this. You just do it. Um, it's a weird thing barbarians get. So you move the desk out of the way, and lo and behold, there's actually a safe under the desk, oddly enough.
Huh. What does the safe like? What's the lock on the safe look like?
You can immediately tell that the safe lock has been broken, so conventional lock picking will not work on the safe. But Rex does get the idea that maybe some good old-fashioned brute force could get the safe to open.
Could I try to maybe attack or use athletics to try and open it?
Yes.
Oh, can I
Do you
wait
have a
one sec?
preference for which one?
Um, Either works, honestly. Athletics or weapon attack. Now, somebody wanted to do.
Guidance.
I figured that's what everyone was muttering to themselves. A guidance, a guidance. Do so with advantage, since you are taking your time with this. God damn. All right. You prop your weapon in there, get it kind of along the fine edge and what have you, and you see a little bit of strain on the hinges, but it stays resolute. And anyone else is more than welcome to come in here and chime in and see.
Can I try to use thieves' tools?
Yeah, you can
Is-
see maybe if you could loosen the hinges if you'd like, because it'd be easier to pop off.
Can I help with that? Because I also have proficiency in thieves' tools.
Yes, you may do so with advantage then, Rex. Jesus of the Nazarene. Wow, this is just terrible.
Is this a magical item?
The safe?
Yeah.
It is not actually. It's just a,
Okay. Rex, can you leave for a second and make sure nobody is within a 10-foot radius?
Okay, I'm leaving.
just drops
Okay.
everything and just leaves. What are we doing here?
Shatter.
Ooh, all right, go ahead and cast Shatter. That's a good little point there.
That is 19 thunder damage.
Wait, let me just read this really quick, make sure nothing goofy happens here.
You're immediately shunted into the astral plane.
So the level 20 Gestalt Fighter of Wizard Tarascalich inside the safe emerges and says, "Oi, do you mind?" The sound wave thunders outwards and puts a significant crack in the exterior of the safe and seems to have loosened it to the point where a firm grip and some elbow grease might be able to remove the front. Rex, would you care
Okay.
to give assistance?
Yes, I will.
All right, go ahead and roll athletics with advantage. Okay, let's see here. God, finally. Okay. You remove the top of the safe and what have you, and the interior contents reveal themselves to you. It's a series of documents that are sealed in scrolls, and they seem to be excessively brittle. A few of them were actually damaged in the shockwave, but a majority of them seem to be intact. You can immediately tell that being in the safe in the desert and what have you has caused them to dry out, so they'll have to be handled delicately when removed.
Okay. I'm going to very, very delicately remove them
Give me a
and
sleight of
start going through them.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check with advantage. Also, if anyone else wants to chime in on this scene, you're more than welcome to, because the explosion and everything would obviously solicit everyone's attention. You
I
That's
remove.
a 20.
can.
Yep, sure.
Oh,
Go ahead, Muse.
No, they rolled good enough that I don't need to step in.
I
Okay.
got a 27.
Jesus. You delicately unfurl them and realize that they are engineering specifications for something. Due to the damage from the Thunderwave, though, the rhyme and reason as to what exactly it is would probably require a keener scientific mind.
Okay. I
Ooh,
call
I'm
in
down.
Cog.
Boss? What you
Uh
found?
I found some engineering stuff. Maybe you want to take a look at it because I don't know what this is for.
Tunnel.
I'm going to show them to him, but I'm not going to hand them over. I'm going to say like these are really fragile, so I'm just going to hold these for you.
All right. Cog will put on some like rubber gloves,
Okay.
and he'll take a look at them.
Okay. You give them a quick pass through, parsing through them, and from what you can discern, they seem to be manufacturing specifications from House Cana for something called a mechano-kraken, the automated kraken constructs that Sire uses to patrol their southern waters during the last war. Um,
Ooh.
you can immediately identify that what they were doing here was they were attempting to reverse engineer one of them, and they were testing it in the lake, which is why they were here. It seems that they took their experiment and left rather hastily, and it seems that some of these surplus documents were left behind mistakenly.
Ooh, I kind of want to.
What's the name? No, that wouldn't work.
What?
I'm trying to think of like, is this in any way related to? This isn't related to the journal, because the journal you said is related to me, or not me, but like my area of study.
Yes, it just so happened that coincidentally moving the desk led to a thing for Rex to do and then a thing for Cog to do. It was just very fortuitous that you decided to move the desk. Now,
Cool.
you can tell, yeah, I put a lot of nesting egg nonsense in this area. Um, you can tell, though, that you might be able to tease the password out from the book itself in some way. And ponder that for a moment while I go cycle over to whoever is next. Let me see. I think it was Rex that was next. Let me check the order here. Let's go all the fuck up here. Yeah, it was Rex next. So, Rex, you wanted to do some herbalism stuff, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. You walk around the encampment and whatnot, and find their commissary. You can see that there's large copper sheets that have not patinaed that are hanging up in this strange, dimly lit room, and there is a kind of orange mold growing on the exterior of the sheets.
Can I do, or like, can I get a sample so that I can like try to maybe get like a nature check to see what that is?
Yeah, go ahead. Just give me an herbalism kit check with advantage to collect a sample.
All right.
Let me just get that to me really quick. And then it's Cog, and then it's Savio. You can just have with advantage. Wow, what the fuck? I mean, well, DC wasn't comically high. You collect the material, and you deduce that this is some kind of food of some kind. Um, you scrounge around and see that there's really nothing else in here that indicates what the hell it is. But you could tell that the area that it's in, it seems to be some kind of indoor greenhouse that was being used to grow the material. So you're confident that it's not outwardly harmful, but you're suspicious about just eating it outright. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I will eat it outright.
All right, go ahead. You eat it. It's delicious. It kind of tastes a little gingery with a little lemon, and it's quite satisfying. And it has a nice, God, like really like taffy. Oh no, wait, God, what's like that weird milk cream taffy? It's like a pain in the ass to get. It tastes like that. It particularly melts in your mouth. It's really savory, has good umami flavor. So I imagine you're going to pocket a bit more of the stuff.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. You can actually, with another check with advantage, roll the copper sheet that it is on, and then stow that on the ship so that you can attempt to replicate its growing process. Would you like that?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Just give me another check with advantage on that one, and then let's cycle back up to our final contestant, Savia. So you wish to collect some of the bioluminescent algae, correct?
Yes.
Okay, give me the appropriate tool check on that as you bumble around in the water attempting to get it. Yeah, you collect the sheet perfectly, Rex. Perfectly.
Actually, it looks like I don't have any tool proficiency, so Savio's just gonna
You're welcome to do nature to just collect it yourself. Yeah, what is Dilbert doing?
yeah. Gilbert's sniffing at the algae.
Vibing. You could do the nature check with advantage. There we go, that's much
That's
better. All right, you collect some little vials that you can find in the herbarium and what have you, and you start collecting the algae near the side of the coast. Give me a perception check right before the mechanocracken consumes you alive.
yeah.
As you're digging at the algae, you see that some of the crates from the ship that likely comes in and drops off goods and what have you has fallen into the water. You can see that they have brillish military sigils on them and that they are still watertight. So whatever goods are in there are likely in excellent condition.
Hmm. Are they small enough to fish out of the water myself, or
It's about like a 2 by 2 by 2 crate.
heck yeah, I'll pull the crate onto shore and see what's in there.
Give me athletics or acrobatics or whatever you want in order to fish it out. And I imagine Dilbert will assist, so you're welcome to do
Gilbert is
so.
helping.
And you're welcome to do so for advantage. Yes, it is completely correct. The pickle eating contest will save the universe. All right, you fish the container out. What would you like to do now? You can see that it is sealed.
Hmm.
Imagine it's full of pickles.
Oh God. Oddly enough, no.
That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking. I
Ian,
might
it's
just do
not
something
full
on
of pickles?
Out emerges Vecna, who's on methamphetamine and mad. How would you like to open the box?
Um, Savio is going to take one of their short swords, jimmy it between like the lid and the box, push it down at an angle like a lever, and then nod to Gilbert, who's going to try and rip the crate open.
All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll with advantage.
Would that just be a bite attack, or
It doesn't really matter. You can roll a regular sword attack or whatever you want.
that's all Gilbert can do?
All right, that's fine. You pop open the crate, and inside are the following clearly marked bottles. I will post it in chat.
Heck yes. Oh,
holy crap! Oh, that's so good.
That's a very good find.
Well,
You can
those
give
are all
potion of
going in the lock.
Savio. Give potion of fire breath to Dilbert.
Looks like being the dragon is back on the menu. All right. Now, I believe the last thing was Cog, but you actually, Cog, give me. You could tell that there's actually the remnants of an artificer's shop here. What would you like to do
Ooh, I'll
to?
go in there.
All right, what would you like to do to scrutinize it?
What kind of artificer does it feel like? Does it feel like an alchemist? Does it feel like an armor shop?
A bit of a battlesmith.
Okay, then I will I'll you make like a an intelligence-based smithing tools check just to see like what's in here.
All right, go ahead. You need to do so with advantage.
20 seconds. Not working right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Please. Oh,
Wow.
natural 20.
Okay. Well,
I
this
just
is
won't roll advantage. Yeah.
so you go into there and you see that the place has been picked clean, but you think to yourself, an artificer would clearly be in a hurry, likely many sleepless nights working over schematics. I bet some stuff slipped between some of the objects and is likely behind some other stuff. So you start digging around, moving things aside and what have you. And eventually, behind a drafting desk that you move aside, kind of tucked into the wall, desiccated and dry, um, are some additional manufacturing specifications. And these seem to shed a bit more light on the documentation that was found within the safe. It fills in some of the missing gaps, perhaps not all of them, but it definitely would speed up the process of attempting to reverse engineer the mechano-cracking.
Ooh. What condition is it in?
They're very dry and very brittle. You're going to have to be very careful with them.
Okay. I can mend them back together.
That is true. You're
I do
welcome to
have
do
the.
so.
Yeah, I'll spend the next like couple minutes doing mending.
Okay. Well, um, after the five of you have gone about and done your business, you've scrutinized the entire location, and I imagine that we will likely probably reconvene in the sound of the area where the sonic boom occurred to assist Boot in the mystery of the journal.
I
Yes.
have a question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Can I extract name on the journal?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I guess you mull it over in your noggin and go, wait a minute. No, it couldn't possibly work. Or could it? So go ahead and cast it. It's against your spell save DC if I remember right.
Yeah, my safe DC is 17, not 16 now. Oh my
How,
god, I thought that was you, and I was gonna be so mad.
how did the book pass?
The book passed?
Yeah, I gave it a +5, so I wanted to give it a faint chance. You can see the book seems to be actively attempting to resist your efforts to crack it open. What would you like to do to nullify its active measures? You could silvery
I don't
barbs
want.
it.
Oh yeah, I will silvery barbs it.
All right, 14, it fails.
Yes.
The book divulges its true name to you, which in this case is the passcode. And the passcode is Brisinga.
I say
I
that
hate
out
you.
loud.
So the book pops open, um, and you begin to skim read it relatively quickly. It's in common. You determine that the lieutenant colonel of this camp was a warforged, whose name is not particularly written in the document, and he discusses the, rather customary dry task of trying to reverse engineer this mechano-kraken, and he was in charge of this division. Progress has been slow. The years have been dragging on. But then you see that the entry slightly before they leave, a few months ago, the lieutenant colonel starts talking about how he's been dreaming. And you know this is weird because Warforged do not dream.
What does he dream about?
Electric sheep.
God
Beat me
damn it.
to it.
Oh my god,
Good
one sec.
reference.
Negative inspo. So, uh,
Double inspo.
he says that it's the same thing every time. It's a fire in a forest, a quiet burnt land, and a pillar within an ancient oak. He reaches out to touch the tree, and it breaks apart, falling to ash, revealing a pillar within. He touches the pillar, and he awakens. There's a few more entries over the course of several weeks where he keeps talking about the dream and what does it mean. And then his last entry says, "We were ordered to shut the camp today. I packed up the final box, and all the men have already left, and I decided to take one last rest before I headed out, and I didn't get the dream. I'm thankful that that is over." And
Do
that's
I recognize this, like, what his dream sounds like?
give me give me a check you believe would be appropriate to parse the dream.
Um,
Are you reading this out loud or like holding it so we can see or?
I'll read it out loud.
Okay, then I will do a history check.
Yeah, everyone's welcome to make a roll to determine the nature of this dream. And I will give everyone wow, another 18. I will give everyone something based on what is rolled. So, Rex, Savio, Muse, you're welcome to roll whatever you'd like. Wow! Savio, Muse.
I'm deciding. Just a sec.
Yeah, sure, take your time.
Savio's focusing on the tree turning to ash part.
Okay.
Is that how ash came to be?
Maybe. Now,
Interesting.
what you thinking there, Muse? Okay,
I don't.
interesting.
I don't have good stats for anything related to that. So
Okay. Boot, as you attempt to parse through the annals of religious history that you recollect, you can't find any analogs to this particular event. It doesn't seem to be necessarily religious.
Damn.
Okay, now Cog, you could tell here that this event seems to be not something that's occurred. You haven't heard of any forest fires or anything in the region or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, the area doesn't really have trees. It's a large desert expanse, a kind of dry savanna, very sparse trees. And oaks aren't even indigenous to the area. Rex, you have no fucking clue what is going on right now, my guy. I guess, you're welcome to describe what has him so deeply distracted.
His pockets.
Meat pockets.
Meat pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah, meat pocket makes perfect sense.
Gilbert's trying to get in at the meat.
Okay. And Savio.
No, Dilbert, I've already given you 3 pounds today.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
he has to keep up a tally. That trick isn't to get the runs. So anyway, Savio, you determine that this is seemingly a natural event, but you can't quite parse it together. Now, and Muse, with a 10, the faintest thing that you can discern is that this isn't some. It's a vision of something to come that's being broadcast to it. Now, aside from Rex, everyone kind of parses together their history, their nature, their insight, and their religion, and you determine that something was broadcasting this into his mind for some reason. It was a portend of something to come, an invite somewhere. An invite where? You don't know, but it was seemingly broadcasting in range. Somewhere around
Did
here.
we? Never mind. Actually, no. Did we see when we saw the vision of our predecessors? Did we see a warforged in that druid circle?
You did not.
Okay.
Was
Can I
there
roll?
anything? Oh, go ahead.
Can I just roll Arcana real quick on this?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Muse, what would you like to do?
Was there anything in the journal that indicated what, well, out of character, what class he would be?
He was a fighter.
He was a fighter. Nothing that would indicate like a multi-class?
Nope. He seems to be a rather run-of-the-mill man who doesn't put much stock in faith or nature, just good old infantry work.
Could have been a warlock thing,
Could
is
have
my
been.
thought as Muse.
Could have been, could have been. Now, Boot, with your 28 Arcana, you determine that it was not a dream, it was a vision of something to come. He was being tempted somewhere, and something was broadcasting this image into his mind in order to inculcate him towards taking certain actions were he to see that in the future. Almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. He was getting tricked. And then
Do
when he
we know of this? So it doesn't say his name anywhere.
It does not, oddly enough. He just writes I, just keeps everything in the first person and what have you, and doesn't really break the mold.
This was
Okay.
found in a desk, right? Or
It was found behind the desk. It was found wedged between the desk and the wall.
okay, but like in an office.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything like files or a plaque on the door or a table or anything that would have a name on it?
That's what I was wondering.
Oddly
Same.
enough, no. They stripped the area clean. You can only tell that this was left here because he forgot about it in his rush to leave and didn't want to dedicate too much time to hunting it down once he realized that it was missing.
Okay.
Were there
I say, huh?
were there any noticeable features written in? Like what color the metal on him might be, or if he had like a first man that had some distinct feature about him, so that if we see like a picture of them later on, we might be able to piece something together.
No, oddly enough, he never
Hmm.
made reference to himself. Although he did talk about getting a medal for pushing out an Ondaran assault squad, and he described the medal in relative detail. Aside from that, he never really talked about anything. The
Can I reverse history check that to see who he is?
maybe. Okay, go ahead. You'd have to get a nat on this. Let me see here.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no
mean, it
clue.
was a gnat.
it was a gnat. You said a
A nat 20. Um, you in your attempt to discern who he would be based off that medal, they gave out hundreds of those, if not thousands of those. Maybe if you were to go through the archives in Breland and its military annals, you might be able to find the guy, but it would take you a long time.
Okay. One sec.
Sure. Now, is there anything else anyone wants to do here? The sun is setting, so it's actually about the time um, to bunk in for the night and take a
Yeah.
rest.
I'll go back onto the boat to secure our secure the Kraken as well as the egg.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm gonna
Uh,
look around a bit more.
Okay.
two things. Savio's gonna uh bring the crate in to divvy up the potions
All right.
Oh,
between everyone. So
one
everyone just take what you want.
one more thing. Could I actually ask Boot for the documents?
Yeah, I'll hand him over.
Awesome. I'll mending them and I'll put them away.
Yeah, you could just put a little item in your inventory that says Mechano-Kraken design specifications.
And
Fantastic.
then after divvying up the potion, Savio wants to with Dilbert, of course, is going to go out and do like a perimeter check or something, because this is abandoned, so probably not any people here, but see if there are any like wild animals or anything that we need to be
Can I
aware
join you?
of. Yeah.
I was planning on taking a night walk anyway.
I will also go
Okay. So
and keep an eye out to see if I see these trees. And wait, no, we're in a water base. Never mind.
You
so
never know.
go ahead and give me an investigation check, the three of you with advantage, to see if you discern anything else outwardly odd about the camp.
Can that be survival?
Yeah, you're welcome to do that.
Oh, in that case, can I do perception?
Yes. Boot, you don't see shit.
Damn.
Nothing seems outwardly odd about the. Wow, God, these rolls are just not. It's terrible. All right. Muse and Boot, you discern that there's nothing seemingly outwardly odd about the camp at all. It seems they really did pack up and leave in a hurry. Savio, you determine that there are no tracks leaving or entering the camp anywhere recently aside from your own, and you double checked and backtracked and cataloged all of the tracks. The only ones that are here are you and the party, nothing else.
Fantastic.
It looks
Can
like the
I try
place.
something a little. Okay, never mind. Detect thoughts only works on people we can see.
That'd be interesting if you like AoE, just hear some guy going, man, I can't wait to stab them around this corner. That'd be pretty interesting. I'm gonna think about that. Is there anything else we would like to do before we settle in for the evening, make dinner, and get our long rest?
Yes, I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
What? Go ahead. What does your familiar look like?
I want a crab.
All right, you get a
What?
crab.
Cat with a crab.
A crab emerges from the waves, gives you a salute, crawls up your leg, and slides into your pocket.
How
Hell
big is
yeah.
how big is the crab?
I don't know, maybe like
It's one of
since.
those. Oh, help this. It's one of those spider crabs.
Oh
With the long
Jesus!
legs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big old
Yeah.
spider
The
crab.
weird. Yep.
What color? Like blue?
Definitely blue, and it's got a little bit of the algae on it, so it glows a little bit.
Ah, that's cool.
Spider crabs are massive.
Yep.
Yep.
It
That's
just
why I
craw
said spider crab.
it crawls onto your back like a backpack. All right.
Yeah, crab backpack.
Is there anything else
Crab
You can.
pack.
is there anything else we would like to do before we tuck into bed? Does anyone wish
Would I
to?
know where
Yeah.
the records are kept in here, or would those be gone already?
You already went by the records office and they picked the place clean. They removed
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
All right.
Can I look
Then
up?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you look up and you can't actually discern any light anywhere around you aside from the bioluminescence of the dock where you are at present.
No
Oh,
moon?
so
Well, there's a moon naturally. It's
okay.
a let me think. It's a faint sliver of a moon.
And is this like a single spot of bioluminescence, or does it stretch out for like a large time?
It stretches out to the north and to the south, several miles, as you can see, flanking the coast and illuminating it in the dread night.
Okay, so we're not like a beacon here.
Not necessarily, no. It wouldn't stand out any more than anything else would stand out. Not at all.
Okay.
Okay. Rex, is there anything you would like to do before departing for bed?
Nope.
Okay. Cog, anything for you?
Nope.
All right. Everyone take a long rest. Get all that HP and sweet spell slots back. Do 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 do. You're awoken by the sounds of lapping waves along the shore, and whoever is the weird person who wakes up first, and also how do you set your alarm or whatever, and if you even do, to give yourself a dedicated wake up time.
Oh, I got a what is it called? The thing that makes me allows me to like make rocks or inanimate objects like be able to speak.
Oh, oh fuck, what the hell's that called? Um,
Trying to look through it.
It's the first level artificer ability.
yeah, you get that thing. So you
Yes.
give yourself a talking rock alarm clock.
Yes, that.
I mean, I assume that I wake up first because I'm an elf.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you take your 4 hour hippie power nap, and you are the first one that's awake. Why don't you give me a perception check really quick?
Cool.
You could do so with advantage. You could just click. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Wow, Jesus, what is with these rolls? Thank God. Um, as you get up, you notice nothing outwardly has changed in the camp at all. There's a kind of faint quiet, and I imagine you start collecting materials for breakfast or something of that nature.
Um, I mean, we have the materials on board the ship, right?
Yes, unless you wanted to eat fresh crab in the morning or something of that nature.
Steal the crab from Boot.
No. No.
I'm not gonna do that.
Savia will go fishing when they wake up.
All right.
I don't have
Uh,
proficiency, but
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna really like comb through that journal when I wake up.
Okay, perfect. All right. So Savio and Muse, are you two gonna go hunt crab?
oh no, I'm not gonna get my hands dirty.
Okay. Are you gonna watch Savio get their hands dirty?
If I can do so from a place of like comfort, then sure. I'm gonna like be on my flying carpet, just like hovering above the water.
That's hilarious, and I love it. All right. You do that. Rex, how do you wake up in the morning?
He doesn't sleep. He just waits.
Wow. That is very unnerving. So I imagine as soon as you hear activity from the rest of the camp, you just get up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Rex, you and I can wait together for 4 hours.
But he'll go fishing.
Okay, cool. All right, so Savio. Okay, Cog, what are you doing in the morning?
Um, I will. I guess I will look through the I'll look at the algae that the algae that was picked up in a jar, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Yeah. All right, 21.
Perfect. You determine that it is a pretty common bioluminescent algae that is found in freshwater lakes, especially in this part of Florida. You can technically use it to amplify the effectiveness of healing magic. If you apply it to a creature and then cast healing magic on them, it'll basically give you an extra 2 HP per hit die that if it's like tells you to roll 4d4 or whatever, um, it does an
You'll
extra
get
two,
add 4.
yeah, it'll
Add
add
2, I
four.
mean.
Yeah, it'll add
2.
2. Yeah, stuff like that. Well, per die. So it would be 8. So it'll add an
Oh,
extra 8 health.
8.
It takes a bit of treating to get the salve done properly, and you have to keep the algae alive. It doesn't work when it's inert, and you have to apply it. But it's definitely something that would be interesting to the daughters, who you will be seeing shortly.
Ooh, then I will jar more of it.
Okay.
Are there?
How? Oh,
Oh,
continue.
sorry.
It's all good. Go for it.
Would they have left by boat?
You can tell that there's like a small little air dock on the north part that they took down
Okay.
faintly, that they left via airship.
Okay, but we didn't see any. Okay, so no footprint. Well, they would have left a while ago.
Yeah, they left 2 years ago, so it would have been long gone by now.
Okay.
But
Go for it.
I was gonna say, since the algae needs to be kept alive to be useful, could with Savio's nature knowledge and Cog's like engineering knowledge, could they work together to create like a little portable terrarium thing or something to store it in?
Yeah, you could come up with a little terrarium that would properly handle the entire thing. That's perfectly agreeable.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Go ahead and give me some rolls on that really quick. All right. Well, aside from the normal morning activity, the next step is to simply move east on boot. As you look over the journal, you actually find tucked away in it a Brellish military map of the region, which highlights several routes east towards the Great Crag, which are relatively safe to travel because they are largely under cover. If you relay this information, it will give advantage on the survival checks to get to your next destination, which is a small village to the east. The 12 and the
Okay,
13 is sufficient. You cobble together a little terrarium using leftover remnants from around camp. You find some glass here and there. You smelt everything together, and you get a large tank about 3 feet wide, 3 feet tall, 3 feet deep, basically a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. You put the algae in there with some water and a little bit of sand and some other creatures and whatnot, and it grows rather well. And you just plop it in the ship. So make a note of that, algae growing container. Okay. Now I guess since everyone has gotten their fill, I imagine Savio and Rex have gotten sufficient amounts of fish. If Savio would like to describe how they catch fish, and if Rex, how he catches fish, which I already know is going to be great. After that, the next step would be assembling everything and heading out east. So, Savio, how do you catch fish?
Well, first, they said a crab trap
Okay.
for crabs, and then for the fish, let's see. Yeah, let's do this. For the fish, they go bow hunting.
Okay, tight.
Just sit on a big rock in the middle of the water, stay still, and wait for fish to come by. And then when they hit one, they dart into the water and
Okay.
grab it.
Okay. Now, Rex, how do you fish? Do you follow lead or do you have a different technique?
Say again.
How do you fish? Do you follow the lead of Savio or do you have your own technique?
He goes noodling.
What is that?
Fuck it. You've never noodled?
Incredible.
I have not.
You've never heard of noodling?
I have.
Okay, Ian.
I also have not heard of noodling.
Yeah,
It's
Pause-
very good. It's very
pause,
good.
pause the campaign, pull up a YouTube video. You need to see this.
Okay, no, I'm gonna do it later because I want to keep the ball rolling. But I will have Rex explain
So
this concept.
essentially, he doesn't use a rod or any equipment. It's literally just this guy just going in and literally manhandling the fish.
Hell yeah. Oh, I've seen this. I just didn't know it was called noodling.
Yeah.
I figured he would go out there and just grab the goddamn fish by his bare hands. All right, give me a couple of attack rolls with advantage, and let's see how many fish you catch. And then Salvio, do the same. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a fish.
If Muse sees any fish that are like 5 pounds or under, they are gonna try to grab them with their shadow.
All right, you actually see one, so make me an attack roll. All right, we have
Oh,
three
and Dilbert, real quick, Dilbert fishes like a grizzly bear with salmon.
Perfect. All right, well, a lot of you catch about 6 fish. They're pretty hefty. And now, Muse, you're welcome to roll to see if your shadow catches a fish. You catch 2 fish, and they plop up in the air, guided by shadows, and land on the carpet.
You think that'll be enough?
Yeah, I mean, 8 fish amongst a lot of you. Each one's about a couple of pounds. You just have to prep it and what have you. I guess one of you can sit on top of the giant levitating incubator
If
while you do
I
that.
can go and take the fish down into the lower decks, I can prepare them, but nobody can come down there.
Suspicious.
That's very suspicious.
I'm not gonna fuck the fish. I swear.
Sounds good. Savio's obviously going to try and see what the fuck is going on by casting Pass Without a Trace and stealthing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Boot, you are preparing your fish. You're-
I first am going to change forms to Krugar, who is proficient in cook's utensils.
Hell yeah.
He is, well, actually, I wanted to see if anybody sees him first.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus. This is not going to go well.
32.
Muse,
And Savio asks if anyone else wants to come.
oh yeah,
Ah!
obviously.
Do we know that Boot can do this stuff?
You
I'll go.
do,
I knew. I know.
I know.
Did I, Noah, did I tell you?
I don't think no one.
I saw a blip of it, and then you told me in my.
In what?
In what?
I like made our own. I used telepathy to talk to you, and you.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
remember this
You told
now.
me.
All right, so everyone is just going to snoop in on their teammate taking a shower, whatever. It's cool.
Fucking
So
fish.
Taking a shower with the fish.
Okay, it's a traditional changeling cooking method. All right, give me a stealth check with advantage, Boot, to see if you manage to actually get past all these people as you gut these fish. Wow, I cannot believe it. You could guidance that, and you could technically get off scot-free, which would be pretty funny.
I am going to guidance myself on that one.
All right.
I don't see that with Devil Sight, right? I don't see her invisibility.
That
Wow.
is a 27 for stealth.
I think the only person, technically, Savio got a 32.
Oh.
So the only person who sees.
Oh, to be clear, the guidance was for people going with Savio.
Oh, okay, then. So I think basically everyone is just peeping through the porthole while they see. Go ahead and describe to them what they see, Boot, as you prepare all the fishies.
You see Boot form from a tabaxi into a kind of short, kind of portly half orc man.
The
Who
gourmet.
has and he has a very kind face and loves cooking. or like I guess I like cooking. Boot likes cooking as him. I don't know. And just kind of going to town on these fish, preparing them to be cooked. And like, Connor, I swear to God.
I'm imagining the dude from Ratatouille, but like as an
Yeah.
orc.
That's exactly what's going on right now. All right, everyone catches a glimpse of this. I guess everyone um, reaches the reasonable conclusion. And what conclusion are we reaching here? Who wants to go first?
Muse reaches the conclusion that they are not fucking the fish.
Okay, good. It's a smart conclusion. Savio, what conclusion do you reach, Savio?
About the fish or about Boot?
About Boot.
I mean, do people in this world know what changelings are, or?
Yeah, reasonably you would go, they're a changeling.
Okay. Cool.
Rex, what conclusion do you reach?
Rex reaches the conclusion that fish is not meat.
Good old Rex. Cog, what conclusion do you... Actually, you already know Cog, so you're like, bet, good. Now
Yeah, the conclusion is someone should be driving the boat.
well, the boat isn't sailing right now. You're on land at present.
Don't worry,
Yes.
Cog. Dilbert's driving it.
Fair enough.
Just gives
Dilbert
everyone
has
like
all
He
the
has a
able
driver's license.
proficiencies.
he's certified, and he's bonded. So
Ooh.
the fish gets prepped, and I imagine as soon as it gets prepped, Boot turns back into their quotation normal self, and then proceeds to get the rest of the gang, who then have to frantically go out and act natural. I imagine, right?
Yeah.
All right. Give me whatever check you want in order to look natural as Boot emerges from the lower deck of the ship.
I'm not gonna make a check, because that's funny.
What check would it be to
This
give
is the
Dilbert
funniest
belly rubs?
possible outcome.
What was that?
What check would it be to give Dilbert belly rubs?
Animal handling.
Reasonable.
Is Dilbert an animal?
Yeah,
He's a
drake.
dragon.
He's a drake. Yeah. All right.
I guess.
You give him a good little belly rub. Rex, I imagine you are putting on no effort to look casual.
None at all.
All right, perfect. And Muse, anything?
Muse
Just
gets bored. They didn't learn anything new.
okay. Well, Boot, you emerge from the interior to discover your compatriots doing seemingly nothing out of the ordinary. You inform them that the meat has been prepared. It is now technically the time to depart. You have to travel east across land towards. God damn it! What the fuck is this garbage dump? I always forget what the name of this stupid little town is.
Wait, can Cog see me while I'm invisible?
Uh,
It's not Devil's Sight, right?
no. Did you
Devil's
pick
Sight
Double Sight?
doesn't.
Did you pick
Yeah, I
Double Sight?
did.
That
Yeah.
doesn't allow you to see invisibility, but it allows you to see through
No.
magical darkness. The next stop is called Thrakehorn, which a lot of you know is a village inhabited by minotaurs and centaurs.
Woo!
Do not do anything degenerate while you are there.
No promises.
None at all.
Hey, don't be a
Recruitment
naysayer.
time.
So, they're already part of Drone.
Fantastic.
You walk in, you're like, hey, have you heard the mind of... Oh, wait, forget it. Never mind, carry on. All right. What preparations do we want to make before we engage in the journey? It'll be several days across the desert before you hit Thrakehorn, and then another few days to the southeast to get to the Great Crag. Remember, you are still escorting your large box, which has been disguised as a carriage, if I recall. If I remember, it was this.
Subaru or something like that.
Yeah, it was disguised as a
Yes,
Subaru.
It was a
the
Subaru.
Yeah, it was disguised as a fucking Subaru, which is a very reliable carriage company. Thank you so much for that. Now I have to go stat these fucking sons of bitches. So anyway,
There's probably already a Subaru started.
We should probably sell the Kraken.
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to bring too much of that with you because you are journeying across land.
I mean, it would make good rations.
That is true.
That's true.
Let me think here. I think the Subaru could handle about another 1,000 pounds worth of meat. You lot could prep it, but it would probably take the better part of the entire day to get 1,000 pounds of Kraken meat ready.
I
It would
mean,
it would probably
What if
sell
you're
real
proficient
well.
in cook's tools?
What was that?
Guys, it would go ahead.
What if you're proficient in cook's tools?
It would still take about a day. It's 1,000 pounds of meat. It'll take a long time to cure like 1,000 pounds of meat. You have to smoke it and
Right.
everything else.
True.
we don't have to take
Krakens
1,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's true.
Krakens are really super rare, right?
Yeah,
We could
they are.
probably sell parts of it for a lot of money.
You definitely could. So if you wanted to hawk off scales and more teeth and stuff, you're more than welcome
Heck
to.
yeah.
I'm getting more teeth.
All right. Just
All
roll.
of the teeth.
Tell me what you are getting, and then roll me a d4 because you have sufficient time that you would just get it. So, Cog, you want teeth? What does everyone else want?
I want scales.
Okay, just roll me a d4.
Can I take the eyes?
Yeah. All right. You get 3 teeth for Cog.
Hell yeah.
2 scales for Boot. And Rex, was there anything that you would like, Savio?
Just scales.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d4. The one that says you rolled was when I was rolling, so ignore that.
I'll do teeth.
Damn. Okay, let me roll this. You get 7 scales, Rex. And you want some.
Nice.
You want teeth, Savio?
Yes.
You get 4 teeth.
Nice.
Curiosity. The Mecho Kraken, or the Mechano Kraken. Does it ask for any sort of material off of like a specific creature?
It does use biomimicry, so having examples of a Kraken's body parts would definitely help speed along the engineering process.
Could I have written down like a little bit of information about this Kraken that we had beaten? Or is that
Yeah.
all in the design and details of the things that I gathered?
It'll be in the design and specifications manual. You don't have to do anything super elaborate on that end.
Fantastic. All right.
Okay.
Let's onward.
Onward to
Before we
glory!
head out,
What's up?
Savio's going to take the crabs from the crab trap and put them in the terrarium thing so they can have fresh crabs on their journey.
Roll me
We
a
are not
D6.
eating crab in front of my crab familiar.
It's a
Put your crab
thing.
familiar in the crab tank.
Sir Crabbington.
No.
Give me a D6, Savio. Three crabs. All right. I suppose that's a lot of it. Now, who wants to do the survival check with advantage to get the fork out of dodge? And I guess we're gonna go on the Subaru with everything we have. Wow! Jesus Christ!
Nat 20.
God damn it! What do you
Fantasy
people always?
Subaru.
Heck yeah.
Are you a lesbian? Do you require ruggedness and comfort? Then you Subaru. All right. Oh, cool.
I
Came
thought
with
you were
free.
asking me if I was a lesbian, and I was like, Ian.
No, this is a Subaru commercial that started playing as soon as you got into the Subaru. They're very forceful. So, I'm just gonna load up the next map, and I'm gonna give you the narration as to how you get there. Hold on a second. Where the fuck am I? Do not read into the name of this map. It means nothing. Ooh.
Something tells me we're not supposed to be in this garden.
I was really
I don't
hoping.
know.
If one of you manages to reach that conclusion while you're inside of it and say that aloud, I will be pleased. You make yourself across the desert. It takes several hours. Everyone give me a perception check. And whoever gets the highest is going to clock a oddity. Jesus, Boot! Okay, so Boot, despite being 3 foot, of course Dilbert rolls. I like how Dilbert did better than...
I'm not 3 feet
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, Boot is 3 feet tall, right?
Buddha is riding Dilbert.
I'm not 3 feet tall.
How tall is Boot?
I am looking up the average height for the average height range for Tabaxi.
3 feet.
That's not
Taller
true.
on average than humans.
3
Okay,
feet.
3 feet.
I'm
So
6'2".
6'2",
I'm
two
6'5".
separate. 6'5". Hell yeah. 6'30", weighs a fucking ton. So anyway, Boot, with your cat eyes, you see in the distance what seems to be a well curated garden. What would you like to do with this information?
I have a feeling that we should. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, go towards the MacGuffin.
Go
I
around
pointed
it.
out. I'm like, hey, there's like a really well manicured garden over there. We should totally check it out.
I should have made this map. I should have called it the completely not suspicious, totally normal garden. Come on in, have a gay old time. All right.
Are they painting the white roses red?
They are not, but that would be hilarious, and I should have had that happen.
Okay, one sec. I have to go to the bathroom. I will
Sure.
be right back.
All right.
You're
Do we
not
want to
allowed.
actually? Do we want to take a fiver to tinkle and then come back into it?
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
Look up what noodle in is.
Fine, I'll do it right now. And we are no longer using the most powerful magical spell in existence. All right. So, Boot, you have clocked a garden in the distance, which actually looks very inviting and open.
Insight check.
Do we want to get closer to scrutinize the garden? You can't insight check.
Sus check.
You can't insight check topography. I'm sorry.
But can
Okay.
you sus check it?
No, there's
Yeah,
no.
can we sus check?
You can give me a perception check if you want to discern the nature of this garden.
21.
Okay. You can tell there's like a little bit of a light mist on the interior. The roses are in excellent condition. There's bright green glass. There's grass. There's butterflies and bees bumbling around and everything. It seems to be subject to some kind of field that is preserving the interior environment.
Okay. Are those trees or bushes
Those
on the map?
are bushes. They are bushes.
Okay.
Rubbery.
Chop down this tree with a strawberry.
I guess I'm gonna ask the others if they want to go in.
I mean, yeah, it looks lovely.
Okay.
That's a little sus.
I mean,
What's sus?
we need to go this way, and we're meeting rich people, right? It makes sense that they have a rose garden.
This garden is in the middle of nowhere.
Can't.
Oh,
I'm
never
gonna
mind.
cast.
That is kind of sus.
I am gonna cast fly on myself,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna fly upward to see what's up with this, like where it goes.
Okay. You give me a perception check with advantage as you fly overhead.
Okay. Perception.
You could do so with advantage.
Oof.
Jesus Christ. You clock nothing. The various mists and a light rainfall seem to be falling from the top of the dome that encases the garden, and you can't easily see into the interior from above it at the present moment.
And then I fly back down. It's kind of foggy.
I'm gonna go on my magic room, and I'm gonna try doing the exact same thing.
Go ahead and roll perception flat. Okay.
22.
As you get up there, the weather conditions take a turn for the better, and they part ways. And you can see at the center of this garden is an enormous rose that's probably a good 20 feet wide. And as you look at it, you feel charmed. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. You feel compelled to go close to the rose, and you cross the boundary and a light next to it on one of those pedestals, and I will let you pick which pedestal you would like.
I'm gonna go to the one. I'm gonna do the one to the immediate left.
Okay.
This one.
I will plop you over there.
Uh-oh.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything?
I mean, we see Boot like taking off, right?
Yeah, and you actually see them pretty crisply kind of look down, get this kind of glossy look on their face, and then enter into the dome.
I would like to chase after.
All right, go ahead.
Corny for a rose.
I am flying, by the way.
Do we want to be careful about this?
Okay, go
Uh,
ahead.
do we want to like tie a rope to each other so we can't like all take off in different directions?
That is a good
Do
point.
I have I got a rope of mending. I'll
I just
tie
have
it to everyone.
50 feet of normal rope.
Yeah, but it's more that this one don't break.
Oh, yeah. Use
All
that.
right, just give me a sleight of hand check with advantage to kind of tie that around everybody. Just don't do a nat one, and you'll be fine. Perfect. All right,
Ah, one of them was.
everyone is connected together, pretty snug and tight. You're welcome to conga line in there, over towards the rows. Who wishes to
I
go
mean,
first?
Not Cog. Boot is flying, right?
They alighted next to the rows. If you go into the boundary, you will be able to immediately discern where they are. They have landed on a pedestal, to the left of the large rows in the center.
But we saw them flying, so it would
Yes,
make sense for us to fly.
yes. So you can fly up in the air if you would like on the carpet. Is that what you'd like to do?
If everyone else wants to.
I'll keep my flying spell up.
All right, all right. Let me put you all in a little thing. Let's just see what we got here. Okay. And then whoop. Wait, you're right
Do
over
we
here.
have to make saves?
You do. Give me a wisdom saving throw as you get close to the enormous rows. Okay.
Damn it.
Oh. All right, go ahead. Rex and Savio.
Is it with
Damn.
advantage?
It is
I
not.
have advantage.
Jesus Christ, Rex!
Holds no interest in flora, only meat.
The only person who failed, is Cog, actually. Cog, you feel compelled to go down and land on one of the pedestals. You kind of hover off the side, and the rope begins to kind of tug, and everyone else starts getting pulled along.
Wait,
Everyone.
Vex, grab him.
Yep, go ahead, Rex. Just make an attack roll or whatever, and we'll say that that counts as catching him. Especially because
Is it
he has a.
against my armor class?
Oh, Jesus, do it with advantage, just so you actually have Snowball's chance in hell to. Oh my God, still?
No.
I think,
Wait, can he
yeah.
not just like grab the rope and reel him in?
Oh yeah,
It's
just do
like
that.
fishing.
Okay, then, so you don't need to hit his full AC. So you start reeling him in, and you prevent him from alighting on top of the pedestal. Now, as this is happening, you see vines begin to curve out from underneath the rows, and the rows change the shape into this. It's this enormous, foul-looking flower festooned with skulls, and the vines begin to wrap around Boot, and you can see a kind of faint green fluid begin to emanate from the vines, which you immediately follow.
Ew.
Is the plant is attempting to digest Boot.
I was wondering. Yep.
Let's grab Boot.
Right, go ahead. Who wants to hop off and assist a Boot?
We're all tied together.
Yeah, so how do we?
Dilbert is. Savio's gonna untie Dilbert,
Okay.
and Dilbert's gonna, since Dilbert can fly and doesn't have to like touch the ground or anything, is gonna try and just make an athletics check, I guess, to pull Boot out of there.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
Let me make the what the hell? Hold on a second. This thing doesn't even have wow, okay.
Ah.
Boot is saved from the grasp, but as soon as you emerge from the grasp, you see the large bulbs on the top of the plant They let out a noxious green aether that pummels everyone. I need everyone to make a con save, except Rex, um, who is too firm in his opposition to this. Oh my God!
Is it
Do
a
I
gas-based thing?
It is a
do
gas-based
I
thing.
make a con save?
Muse doesn't breathe.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. You don't need to deal with that.
Ew.
Oh my God! Okay then. I think it's only Boot and Savio somehow succumb to this, and you feel yourself compelled to get on one of the pedestals. Go ahead and pick which pedestal you would like to go to.
We're all attached to ropes.
All right, Rex, give me two attacks to see if you can hold your compatriots up on the rope. And I think we are going to enter initiative for this part because this is a hungry, hungry, hungry planet.
Alright, I can't move Savio without moving everyone else, so on this pedestal right here.
Okay, let's see here. I don't know why it does that for you. All right, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, wait, is Dilbert still holding Boot?
Damn it.
Yes. Oh, Cog just got. Okay, who has the really loud birds?
That would be me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Let me find my headphones.
All right, so we'll take it from the top here.
I somehow forgot how to roll initiative again. I'm so sorry. This happens every time.
Press initiative.
Just go over to the combat section and push the little dice.
I'm
Do it
I'm
for you.
looking in the wrong place. My bad.
Power word bird. God, fucking Muse went first.
Power bird kill.
Okay.
God, a nat 22? Jesus of the Nazarene.
Wait, I got a nat 20. Does that mean I get a bonus round?
No,
get
you get
advantage.
advantage. Get advantage on the
Okay.
first thing you do.
Cool,
You
cool,
are
cool.
not possessed by the plant. So
No.
what would you like to do, Muse?
Um, I didn't think I would be going first, so I'm very quickly scrolling through my spell list. um, I am currently tied up, and I was told that the rope was not something that you could break. So I am going to Misty Step.
I will reasonably interpret that will free you from the moorings of the rope.
Yep.
Teleportation, I would hope so. And I would like to Misty Step. How big is the thing? Like, pretty fucking big, but is it, like, big enough that I could teleport to a place on top of it and have, like, solid ground?
You could, if you'd like, but that's gonna give the creature advantage on clobbering you if you're right in its space.
Oh. Would it still get advantage if I'm just on one of the pedestals?
No, it would not. I would have to just kind of reach out to get to you. But getting on top
Okay.
of the goober would definitely not be copacetic right now.
Alright. I would like to Misty Step on top of one of the pedestals.
Which one?
Is
That's good.
is that one 30 feet from me?
Let me just double check. It's 20 feet. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh yeah, we're good.
And he's about 10 feet away. You're welcome to stab the guy.
I do have the reach. I could do that.
Yeah, if you'd
But
like
I
to.
used my action. I used my action to Misty Step, though.
Misty Step is a bonus action.
Oh shit! Yes, I will stab it.
Oh, go ahead and stab. Alright, let's see what we got here. You stab the guy. I think he has like the world's lowest AC, so let's find out. What's with the D6?
I think I have some sort of item that does that.
Okay, but what is it saying? Boot. All right.
No, that was me. That was me rolling to see how many blasts I get back from my quarterstaff.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so you hit him. He has no immunities or anything, so I'm just going to apply that damage to him. You get a deft strike on him. Get a nice good slash on him. You chop off one of his little tentacles, and it sprays out a vile, noxious fluid. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
As a bonus action.
You already used your bonus
do-
action in Misty Step.
Oh yeah. As a free action, can I dig through my poisoner's kit and see if I have weed killer?
Uh, Give me a D100 and give me a range of 20 numbers.
Okay. I am going to say 60 to 80.
Okay, go ahead. Roll the D100. I cannot believe it.
Woo!
Um,
Lucky for
you
me.
you're gonna have to use a bonus action to apply it to your blade next round. But it'll basically double any damage that you do to it as long as it's on the blade.
Cool. I'm gonna round up this bitch.
Say hello to my Monsanto friend, and then you stab him. So, yeah, that's about the cut and dry of it. Savio, what would you like to do? Actually, you can't do anything because you are mind blasted.
Yep.
Um, he is going to start to digest you. Let me just double check here. He has a weird little ability.
Gross.
Okay, then he is going to deal 6 points. He's going to heal 6 points as he draws sucre from your body, and you feel the viscous sap dig into you. All right, go ahead. And you are welcome to make a wisdom saving throw.
With sameness.
All right, you pass. You break free from the uh, mind-boggling stupor of the creature, and you will have your action on the next round.
Okay. Can Gilbert do anything?
He goes right after you, and I think he, weirdly enough, got a nat 20 for some weird reason.
He did.
Yeah, so he's fine. He could do whatever he wants. What would you like to do?
All right. Let's see. Let me check one thing. No, he does not have a breath weapon. Okay.
Did you not give him the potion of fire breathing?
No, because I didn't know we were going into a fight.
Fair.
Okay, then Dilbert's gonna uh bite the bitch plant.
All right, go ahead and make that bite
And
attack.
I don't remember what he was last time, so let's say poison.
Go ahead.
Because I know I've used that one before.
Go ahead and attack. That hits. I'm gonna apply the damage to him as our good friend gets a big old
Oh,
deep
and it
bite
should
on
be
him.
another d6 at this level.
Make sure to add that to the stuff. Okay, 5. Okay. Let me see here. I'm waiting for Rex to get in this guy's face and just end his career. All right, let me see. Did Boot pass their fucking thing? Hold on a second. I gotta double check. Boot no good. All right, Boot, you're going to get consumed.
Were we supposed to roll again, or was it just the first one?
What do you mean, just the first one?
Like the first time I got
Oh
like
no, in
charmed
the
by it.
you broke out of it, but then he charms you again with the little spore spray thing. So you're just gonna take 12 points of damage. It's just gonna be acid damage, and then give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, one sec. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
18.
Yeah, we good. All right, you passed. You're gonna have your action next turn.
Sweet.
Okay, now it's Mr. Corpse Flower's turn. Let me see, what the fuck can he do? He makes 3 attacks. That's kind of neat. He's gonna make an attack against Boot, Muse, and Savio in that order. So this one is for Boot, this one is for Muse, and this one is for Savio. Wow, yeah, all 3 of those fucking miss. Wow, trash. Um, I didn't modify his modifiers for this. Okay, perfect. All right. Wait, I think he has one bonus action. actually, he can do that. Okay. He's going to deal 7 points of damage to Savio, and he's going to regain 7 points of health. All right, Rex, it is your
Wait,
turn.
how did he deal the 7 damage?
You're still.
Or is this from his earlier?
It's because you're still grappled by him. You broke free of the trap
Gotcha,
effect, but you're gonna have to like basically just hack at his tentacles to get out of his grasp and stuff.
Okay.
All right,
Sweet.
Rex, it is your turn. Destroy this creature's career.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to do my Radiant Soul transformation, and then as my action, I'm going to rage and use my movement. And as part of the action, I'm going to make an attack roll. It will be using Great Weapon Master for this.
All right, go ahead. Probably gonna be able to do a whole bunch of damage to this guy. He's not gonna have a fun time. All right, that's it. That's a hit. He's got the world's lowest AC. It's a fucking 12. It's basically impossible for you to miss. All right. Would you like to do anything else?
Wait, one. That was my first attack. I'm going to do the second one as well and then do the damage.
All right, perfect. Then just give me the Carfax when you're done. All right, so that's a hit. And that's another hit. And give me your additional damage. Is that going to be on top of the 13 or the 15, or are we going to be substituting that for the final damage roll?
We're going to be substituting that for the final damage roll.
Okay, just give me the Carfax and I'll add it in there. You deal 2 devastating strikes to the creature. It recoils as you drive your weapon deep into its febrile plant-like flesh. You recoil in horror because you realize that there's no meat on the inside of this thing. It viscerally disgusts you. How could such a thing be alive? Wow, 41. That is a lot of dollary dues.
That's one hit, I think.
All right, he is now bloodied. Is there any more damage, or is that both of the Great Weapon Master damage rolls?
Wait, one. I'm trying to find the other macro.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Thank God for the macros on this. Sometimes it would take forever. I love it. Great Weapon Master, no crit, rage, divine fury, radiant soul. I love it. 2d6 are greater 3, 2d6 are, and another 30 damage. Wow, Jesus Christ. He is not looking too hot.
And that's my turn.
Wait, what's this fucking weird dude down here? That's not important. All right, good job. All right, Cock. It is your turn. If I remember.
Wisdom save.
Yep. Let me just double check here.
I do have advantage because of being a Vidalcan.
Oh, you passed the con save for his secondary attack, so you actually broke the effect. You're fine. All right.
Ian, if I may interrupt, I think how you ruled Barbarian Rage is that they're allowed to just make like one attack, not like a full round of attacks. So if need be, take off that 30.
Oh, is the 30? Oh, so the 30 would be with 4 attacks, not with 3.
No, so I think how like you did a homebrew rule for raging was that because that like it's something to do with their mechanics that normally it takes their whole turn, and you were like, fuck that, I'm gonna at least give them, one attack as part of that turn, so they're not just, running up to somebody's face and then just staring at them the whole turn.
Oh yeah, if you use your if you enter your bonus if you use your bonus action to enter a rage on that turn, you get an extra attack. Yeah, so you would get 3, not 2.
Well, right, but that's what I'm saying is that Radiant Soul already takes an action to activate anyway. So that's what I'm saying is that as part of the bonus action, I only had 1 attack, even though normally if you were to attack the entire turn, you would have 3 attacks. But in that case, because I activated Radiant Soul, it's only 1 attack. So really, it should only be the 41.
Okay, I'll get rid of the damage then. All right, Cog, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I am good. I can just.
You can do your action.
Okay. Cool. I can see this thing, right?
Yeah, it's right there in front of you.
Cool. I'm gonna do a 4th level mind missile.
Oh, Jesus. All right, go ahead.
Uh, 4th.
Good God. All right. Oh,
Psychic damage.
Yep. Does not immune anything, so you did fine. Anything else?
Um, I'll move behind one of the pedestals to have full cover.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say they're about 5 feet tall, so yeah.
Alright, and that is my turn.
All right, Muse, it is your turn.
Okay. I didn't hear you before. Did you say that applying the poison would be an action or bonus action?
Bonus action.
A
So
bonus action.
expend your bonus action, and then just double whatever damage you deal. I'll do that on my end.
Sounds good to me. I would like to do that.
All right, bonus action. Now you can make your attack. You should be
Alright.
able to attack
And
twice, by the way. You picked Thirsting. What is it?
right. I was trying Thirsting Blade. I was trying to find it before I mentioned anything because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so go ahead and
Mm.
just attack twice.
Okay. And could I try to specifically target the tentacle parts that are holding Boot over there?
Yes, you're
Because Boot's
welcome to.
still like wrapped up, right?
Yep, and they're being digested. So yeah, you're welcome to do that. So go ahead and give me your
Muse
two
in love
attack.
with Boot confirmed.
My favorite ship. Confirmed canon. But
Just a sec.
go ahead and attack twice. And watch you kill this guy in a single round. Okay. Let me see, where's the thing that says applied double damage? Oh my God. All right, how do you want to do this?
Nice. Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, yep. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
yeah, how do you want to do this?
I have the poison on my blade, and I got to attack twice. So the first attack will be uh slicing the tentacles of my friend that's nearby, because they're wizard and squishy and currently being digested. And then I'm going to aim like right at the base of the stems that have the flowers and try to go like more towards what I assume to the roots to be,
Okay,
and just see if I can slice it.
okay. You garrote the entire plant, chop it down from top to bottom, and it is left a shambling mound of leaves. It withers away into a febrile husk. Everyone who's under its effects disappears, and you can almost feel the thing give off a faint gasp as the creature evaporates into dust. And as soon as it evaporates into dust, you see an elf appear on the northernmost pedestal. She is wearing a large, wide-brimmed hat. She has sturdy gloves on and is holding a large bag which says in Elvish, fertilizer. And she goes, Percy, my dear, I'm back. Oh, my word.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She drops the fertilizer. Oh, bother. Percy! What happened here? Who are you miscreants?
We got charmed by the thing and it tried to eat us.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that. Percy does that to catch the wayward desert fox or something of that nature. It's not meant to catch thinking creatures. I'm sorry about that. He can be a bit forceful when he hasn't eaten. That's why I went out and got him some fertilizer. Well, I suppose I did want to plant something new. Hmm. How unfortunate. Well,
I'm so sorry about Percy.
oh, it's not your fault. He was just being uppity. Well, what brings you here? You're in the middle of nowhere. How did you find my sumptuous little garden?
We saw it in the distance and thought it was really pretty.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you got to enjoy it as much as you could. Although, suppose things went a little south. Well, you're welcome to soak in the cool and what have you. I'll kind of just tend garden and take care of a few things. And by all means, feel free to take a few roses. Doesn't trouble me at all.
Could we?
I'll pick 3.
Sure, go ahead. 3 perfect roses.
I
would
am
like-
going to also take a rose.
I would like to take one as well.
Perfect. Rex, Savio, gonna take any roses?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll take one and put it behind one of Dilbert's horns.
Okay, perfect. And Rex?
Yes, I'll put it in my pocket.
Perfect. In the meat pocket.
Yes.
Wait, there's meat, there's a single rose, and wasn't there something else you put in the meat pocket?
Probably the scroll with all the smut on it.
Yeah, that one too.
Wait, I have the smut book.
Yeah, I think Muse has the smut.
Somebody has it.
You have your money in there.
That's very true. I do have a lot of money here.
God, it's so greasy and stuff. Well, the lady hops off of her pedestal, and you see her begin to tend the garden and whatnot, as a lot of you get any roses. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I keep her
Fly back.
company?
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna fly back to the car, make sure it doesn't get stolen.
Okay, good. It's right around the corner. You can actually kind of clock it from where you are. It's fine.
Sick.
I imagine a lot of you are just gonna get ready to leave.
Yeah?
I would like to keep her company for a moment.
Sure. She actually asks for your assistance in gardening. She hands you a trowel.
Muse doesn't really know what to do.
She
They don't want to.
Huh?
They don't want to get their hands dirty, but they also don't want to offend. They're wearing very nice, delicate lace gloves that will stain.
She looks at you and goes, "Oh dear, afraid of getting dirty? Oh, don't worry, don't worry. Here." She reaches into her pocket and hands you some gloves. They automatically prestidigitate all the dirt off of the gloves. They're perfect. I use them and make sure that I keep myself nice and pristine. Now, please dig in. It seems your friends are going to take a spot of time to get ready. May as well get our hands a little worked up, I suppose.
Muse was really there just to chat, but they will to humor her. Just
Okay.
like sort of half-heartedly, but in good nature. You know?
She looks at you and goes, "Huh, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but it seems you haven't the foggiest idea what you're doing now, do you?" She continues to dig and starts kind of spreading fertilizer at the roots of the flowers, checking the petals and everything. A few minutes pass. I imagine the rest of the gang is just getting ready to depart. Is there anything you'd like
Savia will make a nature check on the other plants in here, just see if there's any cool shit.
Oh, sure, go ahead. You look around, and these are the best roses you have ever seen. They are perfect. Curiously, the garden seems to be just roses. Aside from one bush, which is in the northern part, and this bush is actually in a cold iron case, and there are several small little orange fruits growing on it, and the fruits are being propped up by sticks because they are growing too fat for the bush, and they will fall off, but it seems that they have to stay on a little longer to ripen. As you go over to that area and kind of, I guess, immediately clock the cage, um, you feel a presence behind you and a hand on your back.
Turn around.
It is the elf. And she goes, "Ah, it seems you found my prized cultivar. Gorgeous, aren't they?"
What are they?
"Ah, ambrosia."
Mm. Is that what gets the roses looking so nice?
"Oh, no, that's just the fertilizer. And, I have a bit of a green thumb." She chuckles. No, no, no. It's the legends from, I forgot who says so, but it says an ambrosia is what keeps the gods eternal. It's a myth, really. Um, it's just a very, very, very good fruit. Hmm.
Hmm.
I'd be willing to part with one for a trade.
What a trade.
What would you like to trade? Or do you have to trade?
Hmm. Let me check my inventory.
Can Rex dig into his pocket and bring out the greasy money?
She looks at you and goes, "Oh, my dear man, I don't take currency. You don't pay for things in regards to my work with money. No. But I appreciate the gesture."
Could
Got some
I?
Kraken teeth?
I was gonna say teeth. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, shouldn't we, out of character, shouldn't we try to keep the teeth because they're currency in that one place?
I have 9 of them.
Alright. I'm not saying don't, I'm just saying, like, making sure.
Do you broach the currency as Kraken teeth to her?
What was that?
Do you tell her, would you accept Kraken teeth?
You cut out at the end again there.
Do you tell her if she accepts Kraken teeth?
We ask her if she accepts Kraken teeth.
Hmm. She kind of rubs her forehead a little bit, rubs her chin. He goes, "No, I prefer something
Interesting.
a little more metaphysical. My
I ask
qua."
her if she will trade a secret.
You see her eyes kind of widen, her eyebrow raises a little bit. It's like, huh, I do like secrets, but my preference are secrets of the future. Um, I'll take a sliver of luck for a fruit.
Sliver of
What
luck?
about secrets of the distant past?
Hmm. How far back are we talking?
Around 40,000 years ago?
Ah, that takes me back. What do you have in mind?
Something about the giants and the drow.
Hmm. I wish to gauge the worth of this knowledge first. What kind of teaser could you give me so that I know I am going to be getting something good?
I take her off to the side and I
Okay.
whisper in her ear. I'm actually going to DM this to you.
Oh, perfect. Well, let me see what you tell her. Let's see what we got
I
here.
want to insight check the elf.
All right, she's gonna respond with this.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Then she kind of stands up and walks you back over to the group and says, "Your information was interesting, but I am going to have to insist on luck if you wish to try my prized fruits."
I
What do you
mean,
mean by luck?
if I have, if you're trading luck for something as interesting as this, I have more than I can use. I have luck to spare.
Hmm, I will take.
Or if you're trading secrets, I do have this. And I pull out the decorated tome you gave me earlier, the Eldritch
Oh.
Secrets of the Demon Wastes.
Ah, she looks at you. Curious.
And out of
Nope.
character, I have the luck feat, so could I give her one of my daily lucks as a trade?
You could.
Alright. Anyway, I pull out the book.
She looks the book over and goes, I'll take the luck, but I'll take 3 for a fruit.
Sounds like a fair trade to me. Can I get a rose as a bonus?
The roses are free, my dear. A
Oh
rose
no,
plucks
I mean
off.
something from... I'm sorry, I think you misunderstood. I meant something from the large one.
You want one of the petals from the large rose?
I was thinking more along the lines of the sap.
You are welcome to collect. I will
Pleasure
give.
doing business.
She shakes your hand. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
All right. You feel a transfer of power occur between you. For the next day, you don't have the lucky feat. You can't reroll something 3 times. And you get access to the ambrosia, which she neatly packages in some of the rose petals for you and seals it up with some silk thread, and then allows you to collect some of the, oh God, what's the fucking term for, you put rose petals in water and then there's an oil that comes off of it. You basically get,
Rose oil?
yeah, there's another term for it.
Yeah.
You get a small vial of that, about an ounce, off of the plant, which she hands to you in a small quartz bottle. And she goes, I believe that is a deal done. Is there anything else you would like while you're here? I don't get guests very often.
Can
More
I
company?
pull
Go ahead.
her? Can I pull her aside again and just ask her, like, in secret, like how she? I'm gonna DM this to you again.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Now, Savio, you wanted to roll insight.
Yeah, she's being very nice and that's suspicious.
Go ahead, roll insight.
No,
You may
13.
you may do so with advantage. Sort of God, if you crit on this, I'm just like, oh my God.
It's
You
just a very lonely woman.
you size her up, and the things she said, and what have you, the way she walks, the almost every time she walks past one of the rose bushes, the roses seem to almost tilt towards her and gaze up at her, almost as if in awe. You can tell she's a druid. She's a very, very old, very powerful druid. And this is her personal little garden. She doesn't
Does
seem,
she look like? Oh, sorry. Continue.
yeah, she carries herself with such grace and poise, you can tell that she has no concern for being harmed. It's a bit unnerving. And go ahead, Cog.
Does she look like one of the people in the Druid circle from our
Now,
from
Savio, she
Yeah, I
does
was having that thought too.
she does look like one of them. Definitely one of them that you saw in that circle.
Slavio is going to telepathically communicate that to one of the more charismatic party members.
Perfect.
not me?
No, I'm not about that. Now let me just double check Boot really
I'm
quick.
pretty charismatic.
I don't want to die.
Probably to everyone who
Boot.
they know is better at talking than them.
Okay. Now, Boot, do you want to ask the thing that you asked? Do you still want to ask that? Take her
No.
aside? Okay, good. That's what I figured.
No, I do not.
Okay, out of character. One of the druids from where? We've interacted with a couple druids at this point.
She is one of the Evergreen. This is the big bad evil 50,000-year-old druids.
Yeah.
You heard her when Boot said, you know, oh, how about something from 40,000 years ago? And she said,
That
oh,
takes me back.
that's
Oh,
why
I
she
clocked
said that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she
Okay.
said that.
So I wanted to insight check this bitch.
That's about the cut and dry of what you're going to get now. Here,
Okay, so
she
I mean,
is a twilight druid. You intuit that based on how she carries herself and what she is doing here. And then you get the feeling that maybe the thing that keeps this garden as nice as it is isn't just desert foxes and the occasional thing that wanders through the shifting sands.
I mean, okay. If somebody like telepathically told Muse about this, the thought that would have been sent back to them was, we're not a high enough level to take her on right now.
yeah, let's get it.
Yeah,
And the response, Sabio ends all these messages with, let's get the fuck out before we accidentally offend her.
So Rex steps backwards, crushes a twig. She subtle casts power word kill, kills the wizard. All right.
Wait, 1 sec. I have to go out to my car to get my charger.
Yep, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll put the game on a brief little pause then while you wait.
Okay, sorry.
That's
My
fine.
phone.
All right, we are
So-
back. We are entering the fray. The party is wearing rose-tinted glasses. The elf,
But dumb.
whose name has still not been discerned, gives a wave and wishes you all a pleasant journey out east. And actually, yeah.
Sorry. I thought that we were gonna take longer to pack up. While everyone else is frantically packing up, Muse is gonna try to play distraction so she doesn't get offended, and also ask for her name and number to put in the walkie-talkie.
Oh my God. When you solicit her for that, she goes, "Oh dear, I don't do that anymore. I'm a little too old." I'm flattered though.
Muse takes it well, brushes it off. We do get the fuck out though.
The entire group like, come on, come on, come on, come on, get the fuck out of here. Go, 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 go.
Well, no, before when she wishes us well on her journey, I was gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say he says, or they say, thank you very much, but I've been trying to go a bit New York for this, and I don't know how to say thank you in a New York accent. I automatically want to go Southern.
You just say forget about it.
Forget about it. And
Hey, thank you.
oh, by the way, fucking I'm Savio, and this is he introduces everyone else in the party. I don't think we got your name though.
I am sometimes known as Spruce. That's the only name I remember these days.
Sounds like you led an interesting life then.
I have. Well, I have to tend back to the garden.
Mhm.
Do enjoy your trip out east. The
Mhm.
desert is rather accommodating around here. I don't think you'll be bothered.
We appreciate the advice.
Ball.
Gives you a faint little curtsy, and she goes back to gardening.
Gilbert curtsies back before they leave.
Oh, perfect. All right, well, you all managed to escape this without getting power word killed. I'm very proud of you. So proud, so proud. All right.
I'm very
Fantastic.
glad that you asked me if I actually wanted to take her aside because wow, that would have been bad.
Yeah, she would have killed you.
What were you gonna say to her?
That is, I was gonna say, Nunya.
Oh, none your business. Nice.
That's what
I wanted her phone number so bad.
Why would you want her phone number?
we all want to fuck the hot druid.
Or
I
we
want-
just
I want to fuck the hot
yeah,
druid,
booty
but
call.
we can't because she'd power word kill us.
I want one
Part
of
of
the
the
big bad evil
excitement.
guys on speed dial. I
They don't
want
have
her
to-
to like me.
What's that gonna do for you?
If she likes us, then maybe she'll help.
Why would she do that? She lives forever.
We're charming. You live
Just-
longer than your pet.
Pussy is going to get us killed.
Just
You live longer than
casually-
your pet goldfish. You'll still like help it survive.
Just casually recruit the little 20s.
Jesus Christ. You get the druids to beat up everybody else, and then you get the druids to stick on each other? God. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, give me your survival check, Savio, for our next delicious destination.
Guidance.
Ooh, one sec.
It's a truth universally acknowledged that if it breathes, Muse will hit on it. There we go.
29.
Okay, this is probably my favorite map because it's called Only You Can Prevent Forest Fires, and you probably know what is going to happen here.
Giant force fire.
No,
We're gonna fight a bear?
Maybe.
Can do
a
something to a
giant
bear.
bear.
The sun is beginning to set, and you can see the telltale orange blitz of its setting rays that seem to linger a bit more than they should in the distance. As you keep crossing the horizon and the seeming glow of the sun continues its march across the night sky, you actually discover that it is a large forest fire that is raging in a forest that's in your way. You can see that the fire is stretching rapidly and swiftly, and it goes from the north to the south, and what seems to be one of the few forests that are left in this part of Drome. As you are walking around trying to find a way to get out of it, you see a large contingency of bears, well, I suppose kind of clearly, werebears, emerge from the woods, and you can see them begin to make the preparations to make a kind of fire stop to prevent the fire from spreading. You can see that the werebears look over in your direction, and you see them kind of tilt their heads, almost inviting you, well, are you going to help or what? As they continue to make work with the fire preparations.
The ranger is obviously going to help.
Definitely
Same.
gonna help. This is precious resources getting burned.
All right.
I'm
Muse
going to
takes off their coat before they go and help. Puts it in
Okay.
the bag of holding.
All right. Let's just do. We'll start from the top of the voice channel. That will be Muse. Muse, what would you like to do first? Or actually, let's work in tandem. Have a conversation with one another about what you want to do and where in order to help stop the blaze.
I have tidal wave.
That would be useful. Yeah.
That, wow.
Does somebody have one of those jars that can summon like water and mayonnaise and stuff?
Oh, no, no one has an alchemy jug, I don't think.
No, you do not.
I think
Why
there's
would
one
they
in the
say
vault.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah,
If I just had a jug that summoned water, then that would be one thing, but everyone knows the alchemy jug does the mayonnaise, and I couldn't remember the word, so, you know.
Fair enough.
does absorb elements potentially work on fire?
Let me find out. That's actually a very interesting idea.
It captures energy.
Muse doesn't really have anything for this. They have wind wall, but I don't know if that'll blow it out like a candle or make it worse.
You could prevent it from. Wind wall would work if you could figure it out.
Angle it away from the other plants.
Yeah, and or gust of wind.
I'd say absorb elements might help you fan the flames on a couple of trees and stuff. Yeah, you could do that.
I can
Just
create a very large wall of water and then send it towards. Oh, spreads out across the ground in all directions.
Okay, go ahead and do that. That should work. Now, Rex,
Okay.
what would you like to do? And Savio, what would we like to do?
Would cold damage help in any way? Because that's the closest thing I can find to water.
Yeah, cold damage would be fine.
Okay, Savio is going to resummon Dilbert as, I forget which color this is, but the dragon that does cold damage.
Okay, that's
It's
fine.
white.
White dragon. white drake.
Okay, perfect. And Rex, what would you like to do?
I'd like to see if I could use my like cybernetic enhancements and like the jetpack shit that I have is to maybe like redirect the air currents in any way so that it stops feeding the fire.
Sure. Give me whatever check you would believe be appropriate, maybe athletics to kind of get it in the right position. And
Okay.
Savio, go ahead and give me your nonsense. And Muse, you could use some Eldritch Blast to dig some furrows in the ground as a fire break. That's something that's perfectly agreeable.
I actually looked through my spells again, and I have Gust of Wind, which puts out fire.
Perfect. All right, so go ahead and everyone just roll whatever you're going to be using for this particular situation. Rex, you position the air from your jetpack, and you definitely put out some of the fires and making a little bit of a break. And the gust of wind works exceedingly strong. The tidal wave, your combined efforts make a significant dent in the forest fire. You actually resoundingly manage to put out a lot of it and help the situation far better than you would otherwise. Here, one moment. It's probably a good solid hour of firefighting. Everyone give me a con save really quick with advantage. As you're desperately, wow, Jesus Christ. Make sure to do it with advantage. Boot, you're fine.
Oh
Muse, you're
yeah.
fine. Cog, you're fine. Okay, Rex is of course fucking fine. Um,
Oh, the
Savio
Tilbert
is,
ones.
yeah, and then go ahead and give one to Dilbert. And then Savio, you're perfectly fine. The lot of you, and Dilbert is a little buoyant, but he's doing all right. The lot of you get together, work steadfastly with the werebears to take care of the forest and what have you. After a solid hour of firefighting, you've made a pretty good fire break, and the blaze begins to die down. And you are now in the burnt part of the forest that you managed to prevent from spreading any further to the rest of the ancient forest. The werebears go back into their regular forms. There are a variety of humans and gnomes and things of that nature. They give you all a faint bow. One of them, a very large Goliath, steps forward. He's wearing a wide-brimmed green hat, and he stares at you. A lot of you, it says, "Thank you so much for your assistance. I don't believe we would be able to save the forest and her spirit were it not for your assistance."
No problem. Happy
Forget
to help.
about it.
How did the fire start?
We do not know. I believe the thunderstorm or something of that nature, maybe a rogue alchemical experiment, caused a blaze a little bit east of here, and the fire kept jumping. We've been chasing it for hours, trying to make sure it doesn't spread, but it keeps seeming to escape our grasp until now. Rather curious, but we thank you again for your assistance.
Do I believe him?
You can roll insight to see if you believe him. Wow. Go ahead and do so with advantage. Right. You can tell he's outwardly telling the truth. The fire caught him by surprise. You don't know why it did that, but as far as you can tell, the events that he's describing are true, at least to his perspective. Is there anything else?
Well, if we got
Y'all
8 hours, I can maybe do a little something to help with the parts that have already been burned.
They give you a kind of faint nod. We'll be handling that with some of the druids in the area, but we appreciate the assistance. If you would like a place to bed down, slightly to the northeast of here, perhaps a mile or two, is a small grove. The tree there gives ample shade, and there is an aquifer nearby with a beautiful spring. We usually like to bathe in it. It gets quite warm because it's heated by a geothermal springs from a nearby volcano. But don't worry, it hasn't gone off in quite some time. We believe she's fast asleep.
See?
So it's gonna explode in our sleep. Got it.
Y'all seemed to know what you were doing. Are you part of some sort of fire battling team? A firefighter?
We are actually. The daughters bid us out here to keep track of the forest fires. We're the fire brigade.
Oh wait, we're going to meet them.
Oh, now that is an honor. What good fortune did you get to work directly with the daughters themselves?
It's really more of a messenger thing. We're just delivering a message from one important person to another.
Ah, just like the winds blow. You understand what that means. Well, thank you again. Do appreciate the grove. I believe it's a well-earned respite. We're going to have to cycle back and make sure that none of the embers or anything else has cycled back. Thank you so much for your time.
Best of luck.
No problem.
They give you a faint nod, and a lot of them begin to wander off east. What would we like to do now?
Keep on going.
All right, perfect.
Do we still have the Subaru with us?
Yeah, of course. It didn't get fucking stolen while you were firefighting. I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Oh wait, wrong sheet.
Ooh.
Ooh, not what?
Oof.
Right, now waiting for Rex, who's somehow gonna crit. Watch. Rex is gonna crit.
I did mine.
Wait, where is yours?
Vex got 24.
Oh, I see. It just got up there. Well, Rex did the best. Rex, as you're making your way through the woods, you find yourself going through the twisted, gnarled remnants of the burnt part of the forest, and then suddenly you spot a kind of large circular grove, perhaps similar to the one that was referenced by the werebears. At the center of it, and this catches your eye, is a very large, burnt out oak tree.
I make my way towards the tree.
Oh. Is there a monolith in there?
Maybe.
Like from the dream?
We're gonna find out.
Rex points it out, and basically everyone looks at it and goes, huh, maybe? You get closer and you can see there's a large oak tree and it's been burnt to a crisp. It seems to be teetering on the verge of collapse and falling down upon its own weight. What would you like to do, Rex?
Go towards the tree.
Okay. Would you like to investigate it, or do you just want to give her a
Yes.
prod?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigate. Give me investigation.
Guidance.
You may do so with
Oh.
advantage. Perfect. And you can go ahead and add guidance to that as well. You investigate it, and through the cracks in its boughs and in its trunk, you see a faint glint of what seems to be some pale blue metal within the tree itself.
I would like to grab the metal.
You kind of dig around the bark and what have you, and you see that it is a large pillar that is in the center of the tree. It is simply encased by the oak. You think with a few clobbers, you might be able to split the tree around the pillar and free it. Would you like to do so?
I would like to whack at the tree.
All right, please roll to whack.
Savio's gonna actively keep an eye out to see if anything is approaching while they do this.
Perfect. You give the oak a thick, fast thwack, a whack. The tree splits with an ache and a groan. It falls to the left, it falls to the right. The tree shatters into dust, exposing a 20-foot, maybe 3-foot wide cylindrical pillar made of pale blue stone, covered in partially recognizable Elvish sigils, except for the top, where there is a single phrase in Elvish. You speak
All right,
Elvish,
what does it
Rex.
say?
Not read Elvish.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Same.
It says,
I
here, I'll post it in
Same.
chat so everyone can see it, but I'll also say it aloud. It is only with great care that a memory can be made to be neither a prison nor a gallows. The other noteworthy feature of the pillar is that there is a small square indentation on one side of the pillar.
Can
What's
I
the pillar?
press?
What's the pillar made out of?
Seems to be made out of some kind of moonstone, something that traditionally elvish things are made out of, but usually only very old elvish things.
Can I roll a history on this thing?
Yes, you can.
Could I try to read any of the runes?
Yes, you may do so. You may roll your history with advantage, Boot.
All right, it's a 25, and can I also read the runes too after that?
Yes.
What do I roll for a reading check?
You can just look at it.
Is there like a theme or a motif or anything to them?
What you could tell with them is they seem to be primarily names, oddly. Just an endless loop of various elvish names, some legible, some illegible, that kind of cycle around it in a helix pattern, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The only thing that is an outlier is that single phrase on the top of the pillar.
So it's probably a gravestone of some sort, right? I say to Boot, who rolled a 25.
It is a. One sec. Ooh, okay. Okay, Ian,
Hmm.
can I actually, let me think about this for a second. I'm gonna say out loud, it's not a gravestone. And then I'm going to try and extract its name.
Ooh, it passed. You want to still reverse it?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, it failed. Go ahead and give somebody advantage, I suppose.
I'll give it to Muse, I guess.
I cannot extract names, I'm not a wizard.
I'm going to roll history. Wait. Do I know that name?
That is the name that you extracted.
Okay. Can I roll history on it?
Yes.
22.
You know that this name is one of a famous elvish chronicler.
Okay. Let me think. Would I be able to connect how that relates to the riddle on the top of it?
The thing on the top is not a riddle.
Oh.
It is
Is
simply
that
a phrase attached to the pillar to remind one what the pillar is about.
okay?
So if it's not a gravestone, what is it?
It's a memory pillar for well,
Either that or a tomb, or it's some sort of like. I wonder
no,
if there's anything underneath.
definitely a memory pillar. You said that there was an indent on the side?
Yes.
So is a memory pillar just like a memorial or?
Not quite. Does it look like something goes inside the indent? Like a
Uh,
key or something?
You've seen one of these used before, and usually the pillar has a name, and the name is the key to getting it to work.
Okay, so I say out loud, Balthazar.
The small little indent that's on the side of the monument falls right off to the ground with a thick thud, and you can see there's a hollowed out space in the center of the pillar filled with an enormous book that's a good 6 inches thick, bound in brass plates, and what seems to be a large gold object is sitting on top of the book.
I grabbed the book and the object.
Okay. The book on the exterior says in Elvish, oh god damn it, hold on a second, I forgot what I called this book. The book does not have a front cover. It is locked, and the golden object itself seems to show a creature made of stone and armor plates with no discernible face. Yet somehow you look at it and you feel a scowl almost radiating off of the object.
Does the armor look familiar?
It looks similar to some of the constructs you've seen, such as an armored guardian or things of that nature.
Hmm.
Can I open the book or?
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Okay.
You can
Magically or?
it is a mechanical lock. Weirdly, the book is not magical. You can immediately tell.
Okay. I am going to, I guess, use my thieves' tools to open it.
All right, go ahead and make a thieves' tool check.
How do I do that? It's not. One sec. Oh yeah.
You
It's
just
in my
click the
inventory.
you just click the little button next to the inventory. All right, perfect. It pops open, revealing Elvish text in the interior.
What does it say?
Can I take a look, see?
Yep. Anyone who reads Elvish.
I'm gonna start reading through it.
You start skimming through it. Customarily, the book that would be inside of one of these pillars would chronicle some kind of great event. And all of the names attached to the pillar are those relating to the event. Basically, like a little historical monument. That's what a memory pillar is. You can tell that this book isn't that. It discusses the machinations, and I suppose it is like that. It's just more negative than you're accustomed to. This one seems to be almost a warning. It talks about a creature known as the Fortress in Giant, which in Giantish is Alcazar. And it talks about how this creature stalked Cendric and brought the drow to heel, brought the elves to heel, and pressed them into slavery and servitude to the giants and their feckless whims. And that this creature, having suffered a near fatal wound on the part of drow revolutionaries, seeded its mortal flesh for an eternal metallic body, where it then took the moniker Fortress, and it slaved and toiled in Cendric to make sure that the drow and the elves never grew strong enough to challenge it ever again.
What was the golden object that you grabbed?
Wait, Boot, you're reading too fast.
Boot shoves the book into Muse's hand and starts walking away.
Muse goes back a couple pages so they can pick up where they left off.
Okay. You read the same information. There was a powerful giant who, having been mortally wounded in an attempted assassination, made itself strong and gave itself an eternal metallic body so that it could oppress the elves forever. And that creature is known as Fortress, or in Giant, Alcazar.
Is there like a picture of him?
Yes, and it is similar. Actually, it is identical to the statuette.
Muse just like draws a mustache on him with like purple ink.
You can't actually deface the book. You attempt to write in it, but nothing appears.
Damn.
What's the golden object that was on top of the book?
This, would you like to cast Identify on it?
Yes, actually.
You cast Identify on it, and you feel a very faint signal pointing in a direction. Give me an Arcana check with advantage.
All right, sounds like a plan. Jesus.
You determine that you can't figure
Anyone
out.
want to give guidance?
I'll give guidance.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and guidance. Okay.
All right.
You determine that this object seems to point in the direction of Cendric. You don't know what it means. Maybe it's pointing to where this Alcazar is right now, but that seems foolish. I think maybe it has another purpose.
Okay. Who has the golden object?
You are holding it while you cast Identify.
Cool. I will hold on to it.
I'll give you the book too if you want it. I don't want to hold on to this.
Might as well.
All right, you can take the golden object and the book. Now, Savio, Rex, is there anything you two would like to do?
Not particularly.
Okay. Now,
Savio's
Go ahead.
Savio's keeping an eye out to see if anything because we just destroyed this like big weird burned out tree and messed with some kind of a memorial thing. So Savio's keeping an eye out to see if anything's watching them or coming up on them or anything like that.
there is nothing outwardly occurring in the forest. As a matter of fact, it is very quiet. Deafeningly so. Now,
Can I roll an investigation to see if there's anything other related to this stuff around here?
you're welcome to.
That is a dirty 20.
What you see is what you see. Memory pillars are usually fairly straightforward. Oh, wait, shit, hold on a second. I forgot that I actually made a fucking map for this. Jesus.
Where is it leading towards again?
Ignore the dead guy at the bottom.
No, the object.
Um,
Golden one.
It gives like it's like a compass, a very weird compass, and you can intuit one thing, based on your Arcana roll. It is pointing towards Shendrick,
Shendrick, okay.
the giant continent far to the southwest.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to Cog and I'm gonna ask if I can see it because I also want to roll an Arcana check on this.
Sure, go ahead. Are you gonna grab the object?
I'm just gonna ask for it. Hey, can I
Okay.
see that for a sec?
Sure, but to see it, you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to touch it. So you're gonna touch it.
I'll hold it in
Yes.
my hand so you can touch it.
All right. Roll Arcana with advantage, Boot. Okay. When you touch it, the object glows a bit fervently at a property that didn't seem to be apparent earlier, almost like it's reacting to you in a way different than it reacts to Cog, and you get a location, a sense of location, a fortress high in the mountains, pelted by snow, catered to by mercenaries wandering the path eyes attentive, and the vision leaves.
Can I roll a history on that vision?
Yes, with advantage.
That's 27.
You know that location is in. Hold on, I have to look up what this stupid fucking map is. Really specific, stupid fucking mountain range. This is in a place called Dalron's Shield in southwestern Centric. You're familiar with the location. Legendarily, that is where Alcazar's base was. It seems he can't give up his old habits. You get the feeling he's still
Okay.
alive.
Boot turns the other direction and throws up.
Is there something wrong?
I think that guy's still alive, and then hurls again.
Oh. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very bad thing. I need a second. And Boot starts to walk away.
Shall we get back into the car and move on, or are we...
Hey, Ian. Do any of us notice, like, a dead guy?
No, there's no dead guy on the map.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, hey there, Jim. How you doing? Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm dead tired. So, are we gonna
Deadass tired.
Jesus, everyone's dying to get in. Are we gonna wrangle? Are we gonna wrangle Boots and continue on our merry way and sort out the psychological trauma as we journey to the next destination?
If any of you touches Boot right now,
No.
they will vomit on you.
Give them a second to, like, kick rocks and settle their stomach.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
I'll prepare some sort of, like, alchemical, like, soft drink, like a...
Alchemical Zofran.
Like,
Ginger ale.
Yeah, ginger ale, just to, like, help calm their stomach.
It's gonna
I
be.
offer Boot opium.
Hell yeah. Oh, you're having the vapors. Here, have some cannabis, cocaine, heroin cough drops.
I would take that, actually.
All right, you're welcome
Go
to
ahead.
offer your 1800s narcotics to Boot.
I mean, you need a lamp to heat it up, so we gotta, like, do it back on the car, but, you know.
We do it in the engine.
Jesus.
Unless you
I'll
have, like,
take
the fire spell.
I have so many fire spells.
Heat metal.
We could use a heat metal spell, yes.
Yes, I got some. I mean, I'm down to take drugs, but not at this hour. You'll see. You will all see.
I was just
Anyways,
offering to settle Boot's stomach.
I'm just gonna take the soda that Cog made. But get back to me on those drugs.
So, you settle your stomach using the wonders of science, and you make your way through, I suppose, the early evening. It's around 8 or 9 o'clock. Everyone give me a perception check.
I actually want to retcon something. Boot does vomit on Cog's shoes.
Oh no.
I'll... That is a bit annoying. I'll
Muse-
cast a mage hand so it lands on the mage hand before on my boots.
No need. Muse just does prestidigitation.
Nah, I don't want any filth on my boots. Mage hand is fine.
Where do you
Rest of the station, the mage hand.
where do you put the vomit?
In Rex's pockets.
Nah, I'm not that mean. I'll
Right in the pocket.
Put it in the pocket.
The
Are
pocket
you
pocket
down?
puke.
Alright,
The
pocket
pocket.
puke.
Pocket?
Wait. Does Rex point which pocket he wants it in?
Yes.
Which pocket?
Yes.
Alright, so like 3/4 of it will go into the meat pocket, and then the other quarter will go into the
No,
into
not
the
the
other
meat
Money
pocket.
pocket.
Not the meat pocket, the money pocket.
Alright, vomit money. Let's do it.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Everything. You should know this by now.
That is true. So let me just look at this really quick. Okay. So there is now puke in Rex's pockets. We are making our way. We're making our way through the wonders of the wild. In the desert, after hours and hours and hours of traveling, suddenly turns into a lush jungle. Almost suddenly, you're riding, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded by jungle.
We're currently in Drome, right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
And you're aware that this should not be here. You're welcome to roll Arcana to see what in the world happened.
Yep.
With advantage.
Oh yeah. Dirty 20.
Alright. Cog, you determine that it seems that some kind of extraplanar phenomenon has occurred, and you are now occupying the space of something that has basically shifted in, almost teleportation like. You can tell that there's something odd about this place. Roll me a d13.
Whoa.
What
Sure.
would a D13 look like?
I have no idea. That'd be a one.
It would look awful.
A 3. Okay, let's see what horrible thing is happening here. Huh. As you're kind of parsing the landscape and whatnot, you take a deep breath and you feel like water is entering your lungs, and you seem to almost panic for a moment, but nothing happens. You stick your hand out, and the air is almost tangible. You take a quick jump, and you stay in the air, almost like you're swimming in the air. Everyone else immediately notices this curious phenomenon.
The fuck?
I'd like to say real quick.
Am I drowning?
You are not.
Okay.
Quick sidebar.
Yeah.
If you look up a D13 dice, you get the Lusty Argonian Maid from like a
Skyrim?
pin-up statue from Skyrim, and also baked bean dice.
Terrible.
I can see that.
D13 is so goofy looking. All right.
It is.
All right. The air around you has turned into fluid. Someone give me a perception check.
Will do.
Yep.
Anyone else want to roll perception aside from Savio and Boot? Oh my god, Cog.
Heck yeah.
I rolled 1 too. Can you not see it?
Yeah, let me double check here. I don't see yours. Yeah, I don't see yours, man. Oh, I
I'm
see.
reloading
Okay.
the page and trying again.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll wait for you. I'm gonna tell what Cog fucking sees. Fucking asshole. So,
Aha.
fucking dick sees everything. So, you look around the landscape, kind of parsing the strange undulating effect of the fluidic air that does not cause you to drown. And nearby, maybe about a mile away, kind of strangely curved in the weird refracting area that you're in right now, seems to be a large spire. Something reminiscent of the elven spires that you've seen in the past, although this one has certain unfamiliar elements to it. Large black rings made of obsidian circle around a base attached to nothing, and a large crystal, pale white, flows atop the tower attached to nothing.
Is the
Okay,
crystal
I'll
glowing?
point it out to everyone.
Okay. The crystal is mildly glowing. You're
Oh,
welcome to roll with advantage, Muse.
there's a spider.
Okay.
Does you guys want to check it out, or should we just keep driving?
I have to admit, I am a little bit curious.
I am also a little bit curious. You said that the air has like almost turned to liquid.
Yes.
Does that mean that we could like swim up there?
I'm
You
swimming.
You can. You can straight up swim in the air right now.
Muse is already floating.
All right. So we're going to go off towards the spire that is in the distance.
Heck yes.
All right, perfect.
We should probably hide the car.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Wha-
survival check to cover it in leaves.
And
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
help you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Guidance.
Ghillie suit for the Subaru.
Woo!
Are you kidding me? You hide that Subaru from the very eyes of God.
Not even the lesbians can find it.
You said you parked it right here. Also, where's the U-Haul? This is our second date. Anyway. So, thank you. So,
Too accurate.
so, as you swim up to the tower, you start seeing kind of gnarled, twisted shadows flicker about the side. And as a matter of fact, the crystal that is glowing ever so brightly on top of the tower, as you get very close, grows pitch black. The shadows that flicker around the side of the tower freeze and begin to coalesce into the shape of an enormous dragon. Shadow,
Ooh.
purple eyes form about its face, a snout with fangs of shadow, and it unfurls its wings and begins to fly towards you all.
Has passed without a trace.
Can I vibe check this? Like this
Yeah,
whole situation, because this is all very.
Us.
you and you alone may vibe check. Actually, anyone can vibe check, but Muse's vibe check is with advantage.
What's the
What would that be?
Oh, insight.
What?
I'm not gonna roll. I'm just not gonna roll.
Yeah, my insight's bad.
Alright, sure.
All of you get fucked.
Oh my fucking god. Actually, basically, literally everyone gets this at the
For
same
me.
time. Yeah, except for Cog. Muse, you interpret that this is a shadow fortress. It is something that is made by shadow elves, such as the mark of shadow that you belong to. And you know that this dragon is no threat. So you stand tall and proud as the dragon comes careening towards you, and the rest of your compatriots, seeing your bravery and your aplomb, calm for a brief moment. The dragon flies towards you, careening across the air silently before it begins to shrink and shrink and shrink, becoming, I don't know, no larger than the size of a grapefruit before it smacks into the center of your chest, Muse, and disappears.
What just happened?
Call it a greeting, I suppose. We should probably leave.
Alright.
I am curious though.
The The black crystal atop the tower glows white, and a single beam of black light lands atop you, Muse, coating you in a faint purple glow, and a door on the exterior of the tower opens with a plum.
Question for the DM. This is out of character. Muse got fucking kicked out. Would they still be like welcome here?
You could tell that this machine, Shadow Tower, seems to be operating on more ancient magic, which would predate even the concept of being banned. It is simply recognizing you as one of the brood and acting accordingly. You can tell that this thing is quite old. It seems to be making moves of its own volition.
Okay. I turn to the others and just say, if anybody asks, I was never here. None of us were ever here, okay?
Okay.
Still around.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Little weird, but okay.
You want to go explore?
What is it?
I just gesture to it. It's a tower. Look at it.
Yeah, but obviously you know something about it, so.
DM, do I know something about it?
This is pretty unfamiliar to you, but you can tell that it's not a hostile thing.
Yeah, it's elf shit.
It's an elf thing, man.
It's a Mark of the Shadow thing. Look,
Fair
just trust
enough.
me on this, okay?
Fair enough.
Are we all going to enter the
Fuck
spire
yes.
of shadows? Okay,
Obviously, we're gonna push the giant red button, Ian.
Y'all can see the map, right?
It's loading.
Okay, I'll just give it a minute.
Yes, we can. Well, I can anyway.
Hey, can everyone see it?
Oh.
All right, you enter into the interior of the spire, which is deceptively larger than it appears on the outside. You can see writhing tentacles coiling around, adjusting levers, large, organic-looking membranes pump fluid from one part to the other part. Shadows flicker here and there, and ahead of you is pale, pale light and a large, shimmering gap, which seems to almost be held together by tendrils of shadow and reality itself. There's a strange hum that permeates through the building. It's unnerving to hear.
Just like home.
Is it just at home,
I was joking.
brother?
Yes, I was joking.
Insight.
On what? On Muse?
Yeah.
All right, Muse, do you have any idea what is going on here?
None at all.
All right, go ahead and roll that insight, and let's see what you discern. They have no idea what's going on.
Fair enough.
Now, around you, you do see what you see. There's blood. A skull and a horn are on the pedestal ahead of you. Strange, pulsating pods appear on the sides of the wall. The floor is shattered. Your immediate comprehension of the situation is that this is some kind of eldritch machine, and you're not certain if it's working poorly, or if it's working at all.
Ooh.
But you said it did not feel hostile to me, right?
It did not feel hostile.
All right. Can I fly up over to where this like pedestal is?
Yes.
And
I
is
would
that a
also like to
ruin?
investigate the pedestal.
Is everyone
Yeah.
going to get near the creepy portal in reality and the pedestal with the human skull on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Babe,
On the way,
Rex, you
Sorry, go
too.
ahead.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all and your dedication towards the MacGuffin. You're like, yes, we will go towards the thing that we are supposed to go towards. Oh, God, I
You
forgot.
You know,
you said the things on the wall were pulsating.
Yes,
Oh,
there.
that how fresh! Survival check to see how fresh that blood is.
Go ahead with advantage.
you know, usually when the DM says, "Are you sure?" a lot of people move away from the option.
Yeah, but this is fun.
We have to push the big red button.
The blood on the ground has not coagulated, which implies that it is fresher than 4 minutes.
Oh,
Yup.
Um,
Something got killed here like 4 minutes ago. We might want to dip.
As you
but I want to know what it does.
as you put your hand on the blood and scrutinize it, or however you do it, you interacting with the blood causes all of the pulsating membranes and tendrils and tentacles and everything around you to go silent. They stop moving, they stop pulsating, they stop quivering, and silence permeates through the building. The only thing that continues unabated is the cold light emanating from the large portal held in place by tendrils of shadow ahead of you.
Can I? We inside checked the outside. Does that same check hold up for the inside, or do we need to roll again?
Well, you can't insight check the building,
No,
but you,
just like a vibe check.
yeah, you're welcome to vibe check.
I
Everyone
will
is
also
welcome
be
to.
vibe checking. Never mind. I will not be vibe
Sure.
checking.
This place looks perfectly normal. Perfectly
Fuck.
normal. Perfectly. Muse. I think it's very appropriate that Muse is the only person who would technically know what's going on.
Am I still rolling with advantage for this?
Yes, you get advantage on all the bullshit in here. Muse, you have heard of things like this. Eldritch machines. You don't know what in the Sam hell this one is, but you can tell almost instinctively that it's broken. And you don't know what it's going to do while it's broken because it seems to keep wanting to do whatever it's designed to do.
Can I
Savio.
history check?
What?
History
Can I
would
check.
like-
history check?
Yeah, I would like to make that information known so other people can. I would
Yeah,
like
let's
to
get the fuck out of here.
mention that it's a machine, but it is currently like malfunctioning, but it doesn't wish us any harm, it feels
Oh,
like.
well, maybe the malfunctioning machine is what killed whatever the fuck was here.
Oh, actually, there is one other noteworthy object on the table. A small wooden mask designed for the face of an elf with large obsidian rings around where the eyes go. There's no room for a nose and no room for a mouth.
Can I guess I don't know if a smithing tools check would count for this to see like what about it is broken.
You could try that. Go ahead. It
It's an
would be
organic. Oh, go ahead.
I
uh,
mean, would it be alchemical, like alchemist supplies or tinkering tools or something like that?
I would do alchemy and do it flat. This is
Okay.
Do you
very
think a healer's kit could work?
no, not for this strange doodad.
What kind of check would this be? Would this be intelligence?
Yeah.
Some sort of investigation?
No, you can just click on the tool itself. Just click on your alchemy kit.
Inventory, I'm guessing?
Yep, it should be in there. I think I put it in there for you.
While he does that, can I roll history on
I
the
don't
mask?
see it.
Just click on your smith tools and just treat it as an alchemy set, and I'll give you an alchemy set. All right, what
Alright.
would you like to do, Boot?
Can I roll history on the mask?
You
Oh, whoops.
you may. You look at the mask, and you don't recollect anything about this thing at all. And Cog, you, how do you investigate how the machine is broken? I imagine you are loath to touch anything, right?
I mean, I wear gloves.
Okay. So do you grab one of the tendrils?
I
Or-
will. First. I will like take like a stick and poke it to see if it recoils or does anything like hostile. If it starts acting hostile, and then I'll grab one.
You poke a stick at one of the nearby long tendril things, and you can hear it begin to, it pulsates and quivers, reacting to the touch, and then begins to convulse and begin to start pumping fluid within itself to somewhere else. And the machine roars back to life. And you can hear something
Oh.
now distinctive, a faint, low gurgle coming from the portal. And that's where we're going to close it
Gonna
out for
back up.
tonight.
Ah,
Oh
damn.
no.
One thing before we do close. How
All right.
pretty is the mask?
Huh? It is very beautiful to look upon. All right. Well, congrats, everybody. You are going to be mucking around inside an eldritch machine made of shadows, and I'll be seeing you all in 2 weeks. Does that sound good, gang?
Fuck
Yes.
Sounds like
yeah.
a plan.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right. I'll see you all on the 26th. Make sure to send me your curs and everything else. And there's 2 more encounters after this, and you arrive in the Great Crag.